Hey, friends, it's been a hot minute since we've been with you on a Saturday morning. Soccer has been a big part of our life, volleyball, big part of our life. We've missed a couple of great weekends and a couple of exciting things, but we are here for a spectacular reason. Comics Curing Cancer C3, as you saw that promo, it's been amazing. If you missed out on all of Friday, don't worry. There are still 2 full days of amazing content going on, all to support raising money for fighting cancer. And there's a ton of great links posted in the description of this video, but also there is a tag posted right at the top. I pinned the donation link, and here's why. Anyone who donates $25 or more during this show, send me a screen grab. Either email it to me at johnscomicswithkids@yahoo, or just share it with me on Instagram. Anybody who does $25 or more, I'm going to do you a special prize wheel during this show. We'll talk about a little bit of those things, but there's a ton of giveaways going on, and $25 or more gets you into the big wheel tonight. So the link for that show on Remy Q is down below as well. Lots of amazing things going on to support this battle against cancer, this horrible thing that is basically in everybody's lives. Even young kids know people being impacted with cancer and the things going on. So lots of incredible things to be doing in this community. We've already surpassed the $10,000 goal for this event on day one. We're at $11,000 now. And there's shows all day today with donation options and prize options. And there's the big auction event tomorrow. So there are so many opportunities for us to absolutely crush the $10,000 goal and make it a distant memory. Go for that $20,000 goal. And in the chat are some of the amazing people who've donated time, money, whatever to make this possible. I want to highlight some of those amazing people like Mark. Mark, who's been on live streams basically since this time yesterday and earlier, just constantly helping to slam cancer, as he says. We've got Brian, who was just on before me, doing the same thing. He had original artists doing pieces. So thank you so much for that, Brian. Actual Dracula, who seemed to win everything on the wheel in that last show. So congrats to him. Ignacio, who gave away 2 amazing pieces of art for people in the community and raised a ton of money last night on DJ Lynx's channel. Austin, who was buying up everything last night on DJ Lynx's channel. Huge thank you to all these amazing people. I don't know if I'm missing anybody who was a part of that. Burke, who's going to be tomorrow morning's guy. So if you're not following Burke Family 54, you want to see what's going on tomorrow, there's the guy. He is the man. Make sure that happens, right? So what are we doing? Well, we're going to do our normal Saturday show for starts here. We're going to talk about what we've been reading, talk about what we've been watching, but we're also going to be tracking those of you who spent $25 or more with the little pinned link to the American Cancer Society. So you can be a part of slamming cancer today, and we'll keep track of you, and I'll generate a wheel, and we'll talk about those giveaways, right, as we go along. I got a ton of comics to talk about. The girls have been reading a bunch of different stuff. We also finished She-Hulk, so we're going to, despite Mark, I know, not the biggest She-Hulk fan, we're going to talk about She-Hulk at some point here this morning. I've got an unboxing from Night Tiger Comics. So we got an unboxing. So much stuff to go on today. And Charlie is already dressed in her Halloween costume. I got my Ted Lasso mustache ready. Charlie's got her AFC Richmond soccer uniform ready. We are in theme for our Halloween costumes this year. So lots of good things going on. So happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you've been involved in these amazing events, or if not, now that you're aware, the link tree is down below. You can see all the other shows for C3 this weekend. It's a huge event, and just glad to be invited into this.
It's also our anniversary.
It's also, yes, last but not least, last week was the anniversary of doing this show with my girls. We started in 2018. So we've been doing this show for quite a long time now. And so we've had a little bit of an anniversary for us as well. And despite missing that week, we are very happy today to be able to kind of celebrate that a little with you as well. The anniversary. Yeah, if you count 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, But if you're counting the space in between, it would be 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Fuzzy math. Comic Vet, you are quite, it is a spectacular program. And that's why we're kind of fun to be doing some of that. DJ Links in the chat. If you missed the spectacular auction on his channel, don't miss the one on Rob's Fat Stacks tomorrow night. And don't miss away the incredible giveaway show on Remy Q tonight. Sadly, we have not had a chance to run out to go see the Black Adam movie, but I know a bunch of people have. And if you want to hear about that, you want to be on Legion's channel tomorrow night to discuss Black Adam, because I'm hearing some pretty fun things. Like, people had a really good time watching that movie.
That's good.
Rob Boswell just donated. Make sure you send me a screen grab of your $25 or more donation. You can do it on Instagram. You can email it to me either way, and I'll generate. Rob Boswell just got a spot on the wheel.
Got a notification. So
I love it. Yeah, I'm keeping track of all the notifications. So, girls, do you want to share something you've been reading lately? Anybody have something they want to talk about?
I feel like I'm gonna cough if I start talking.
Why? It's too early in the morning?
No, it's just like my throat is getting caught when I breathe.
Yeah.
In.
A little dry throated?
Yeah. Yeah. But I can share. Can I just grab some water first?
Okay, so Kate does not want to share, so I will go first here. I've got a huge stack of trades I've been reading. I'm going to start with one that'll make Mark, the Legion of Comics, excited. I read the hardcover first volume of Human Target. This is the Tom King, Greg Smallwood series. I think this is a really original, creative series, and I've been just kind of blown away by the kind of like art style that Greg Smallwood is incorporating here. Really, really fun, like throwback style. His cover work looks like old noir movie posters. For those that don't know the character of Christopher Chance, my wife and I watched the television series Human Target back in the day. Not a great representation, but still gave me a reference point for Christopher Chance. He is basically he's not a superhero. He is a character who disguises himself to look like other people in the DC universe who are in danger of being murdered. He takes their place and becomes a human target for them so that they can figure out who's trying to kill them. So like the very beginning, he's just, it's not a spoiler. It's the first few minutes of the first issue. He's disguised as Lex Luthor, and he's on stage presenting some new thing, and somebody tries to assassinate Lex Luthor. They shoot him, and then they're giving a big speech to the TV, only to find out, nope, they shot the human target. They did not shoot Lex Luthor. He stands back up and punches the guy because he was wearing armor underneath his suit. So he dresses up as other characters to protect and save their lives. You pay him enough money, and you can have your own human target. This story focuses on him being poisoned, and he's not sure if it's because they were trying to kill Lex Luthor and he drank the poison, or if maybe, my theory is maybe they were actually trying to kill Christopher Chance. And so he's trying to figure out who did it. His list of suspects includes the entire Justice League International team, which, as you can see here, it's got Fire, Ice, Booster Gold, it's got Batman, it's got Martian Manhunter, it's got Guy Gardner, it's got Mr. Miracle, it's got Blue Beetle. It's a huge team of superheroes. They think one of them may be behind the attack. So each issue is him interviewing or sort of going after another person to figure out who did it. And this is it. Ignacio is spot on. Greg Smallwood's art is so phenomenal and makes this an amazing book. So if you haven't read it, this is volume 1. They've just started the issue 7, which I think is going to end it, the second arc. We had 12 issues. So there'll be 2 hardcovers in the end. But hardcover 1 is on sale.
He kind of looks like Danny Ocean.
He does have like a Danny Ocean, George Clooney look to him, right? For sure. I totally agree. But a lot of great characters appearing in this, a lot of great DC, I don't want to say B-listers, but kind of, right? A lot of people don't know Fire and Ice or don't necessarily know Guy Gardner, but they know Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart. So definitely some fun use of like DC's B-list characters. So very entertaining. I really enjoyed that. Oh, and Burke says he's got a Human Target 1 signed by Tom King for auction on his channel tomorrow. So there you go. That's how it's happening. And if you haven't subscribed to these guys, people like Remy Q, who's doing the big show tonight, or Burke, the big morning show tomorrow, make sure you're checking out the link tree that's down below. And again, as you donate, if you donate today during my show, $25 or more, send me a screen grab. You can email it or you can Instagram it to me, and I'll put you on a special prize wheel just during this show. And I'll talk in a little bit about what I'm going to be giving away. Okay. Kate's ready
I'm
now?
So sorry. Yeah.
Kate's ready.
My high school name's on the back, so we're just not going to flip it around. But
yeah, so Kate and her freshman high school class finished reading
Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck.
And what were your thoughts on Of Mice and Men, freshman literature?
I thought that it was, I didn't expect it to be so short because we started reading it and I got to chapter 3 and I was like, how many chapters do we have left? And my teacher was like 3 and I was like, what? We're
Speed read
halfway
it, right?
through? Yeah. But I thought it was good because I'm in an advanced English class and like it was the first book we read and we had to like analyze it way more than like a regular English class would.
Okay.
And we just had to like go through quotes and like it was just more than what I've done before. And it was really cool. And it was just like cool to go through it with this book.
Do you think it was like useful? Do you think you got some new understanding about it?
Yeah, because we went through a lot of like symbolism
Okay.
of things in the book.
Such as what?
Like how Curly's wife doesn't have a name.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked
she's
about
the main female character in the book, right? And she's nameless.
Yeah, she doesn't even have a name.
Mm-hmm.
We also talked about like the illusion of the American dream in this.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about like just like deep diving into George and Lenny's relationship was really interesting.
DJ Lynx says it's his favorite book, and he's like, tell me about the bunnies, tell me about the rabbits, George. Right? It is a rite of passage in a lot of ways. And I remember reading it, and then I think we had to read his other big book, Grapes of Wrath. Steinbeck's got several really popular novels that often read in high school.
We're reading To Kill a Mockingbird on Monday. We're starting it.
Ignacio says, why am I not surprised she's in an advanced English class? Oh, you've seen her reading for now 5 years, right? You've seen her talking about her books for 5 years.
Yeah. And then we did a Socratic seminar, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but
Go ahead and
like,
explain it.
It's kind of like when, oh my God, sorry. When everyone in the class is like in a circle of desks.
Okay.
There's an inner circle of desks and an outer circle, and they talk by like that rotation. So it's like outer circle goes and then inner circle, and it's by volunteer, and you have to speak like a certain amount of times, and someone sets the like curve of how many times you have to talk.
Okay.
And it's just like you have questions that you need to answer in about the book.
Okay.
And it was really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I did pretty well on it too.
I'm not surprised.
But I thought it was a good book. I was kind of like disappointed with how short it was because I was like, I didn't think they could wrap it up that quickly, and like the ending is kind of just like sudden.
Gotcha.
So I was kind of bummed. But I liked it.
I mean, it's not a happy ending, right?
No, it's not. But it was like an interesting book. There's a lot of like symbolism and like.
I mean, his books generally are not uplifting. They're definitely about the hardships of life and the working class struggle, right? And like you said, the American dream. Definitely a lot of that symbolism in there. Sure. What do you want to say, Charlie?
Is this cream cheese sauce like a new one?
Yeah.
It's really salty.
Is it? Is that good or bad? Not good. Bad. She didn't like it. Apologies.
Oh, it's too sweet. It's too salty for the sweetness.
Well, we've been going for 15 minutes. I want to talk a little bit about what people can win by donating. There's a tag or a pinned donation link right underneath our screen here, right in the middle of the chat, at the top of the chat. If you donate $25 or more, firstly, you're helping to fight cancer. So awesome. Thank you for doing that. Second, you're on the prize wheel tonight, and Remy Q is going to spin that wheel a bunch for those people that have donated $25 or more at any point. Third, you're entered in my prize wheel that I'm going to spin at the end of the night. And now at the end of this show, let me tell you about some of the things on my prize wheel. And I want to shout out a gentleman named Albert Loves Comics. My man Albert is not only just like a super awesome Instagram, YouTube, TikTok guy, but he also is incredibly talented when it comes to crafts. And here's what he's made for comics curing cancer as a giveaway. So check this out. Come on. So I called up Albert the other day and I was like, hey, I want to give away some of your journals. Can I buy like 4 or 5 of them? And he's like, for what? And I said, oh, it's this event, Comics Curing Cancer. And he's like, I'm not making you pay for these. I'll give them. So he donated 5 of his handcrafted comic journals. What he does is he finds destroyed, just those comics in the dollar bins that nobody's ever going to buy. He repurposes pages of them and makes bookmarks. He makes journals. He makes all kinds of cool stuff. He's made 5 journals to give away for Comics Curing Cancer. So I'm gonna randomize and give away 5 awesome Albert Loves Comics journals. Absolutely unbelievable gift. So I'm gonna play that video a few times just so people can see some of the options. There's Spider-Man ones, Batman ones. There's that awesome Walking Dead one. So yeah, really, really cool. One of a kind, each one of them totally unique journals made, handcrafted by Albert himself because he just digs it, man. He wants to save the artwork inside these old comics that are just getting destroyed. So shout out to Albert. Those things are amazing. And hopefully some of you who donate $25 or more during this show will get a chance to win. How do you do that? You just click the link, you pay your donation, you screen grab it from me, and you share it to my Instagram or share it to my YouTube or my Yahoo email address, and then I will add you on to the spinning wheel here at the end. What's up, Charlie? You raising your hand?
Can I do it?
You want to do it? You want me to donate $25 here for you so you can be on the wheel?
Yeah.
All right. Then at least, hey, you've got it. This is Charlie's $25. So why don't you share the She-Hulk omnibus you've been reading, and I'll donate for Charlie. So I'm going to donate for Charlie right now.
I'll be right back. I need to grab like water.
Yeah.
I gotta find my own channel. Am I subscribed to me? I don't know. There I am. I found it. Okay.
So after I think we finished She-Hulk, I was a little bit confused about how she came out of her show and changed stuff. So I asked him to have the omnibus to read it. And you can see in the covers, she rips out of the books. Let me find a good one. There.
It's issue 37 or something.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones. I think it's issue 37. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. There it is. Boom. Page 430.
You can see how she rips out and is telling him that she doesn't like what's happening. And I thought that was really cool because when I first watched the show in that part, I got really confused and was kind of when I was you know what, I don't like this. I don't like this show. Maybe that's kind of ruined it for me. And then I read the comic book and it kind of normalized it a little more, which helped me accept it. And I like the way that they draw her.
So you're saying at the comic you liked way more than the show is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Right? Me too.
I like the way they draw her.
So that's how long it took. I don't know how long it took from Charlie asking to now. I donated $25 in that time. So I'm going to add Charlie's name to the wheel, and we'll see if Charlie wins something. She's going to get the same shot as everybody else. I'm not going to rig it or anything for her, but you can do the same thing. Click the link, send me a screen grab of a $25 or donation or more, and you can do that on Instagram to me if that's the easiest. If you'd rather email it, yes, I do have a Yahoo email address. I do. I made one for this channel, and then I never really used it, so it's still sitting there. But it works, and I know the account. I know the password, so I can still get in. You guys are hilarious. So yeah, I've already got 6 or 7 people who've tagged me on Instagram to show me that they've shared theirs. So what did you notice, Charlie, about so this is, for those that don't know, this is the John Byrne omnibus that they released recently for Sensational She-Hulk, sorry. It collects the issues that he worked on specifically. So you've got Marvel graphic novel 18, then Sensational 1 through 8, 31 through 46, 48 through 50, and some elements of Marvel Comics Presents 18. So a lot of different issues sort of collected in this hardcover. What are your thoughts on it?
There are some characters I don't like. Like, for example, Wheezy.
Wheezy. Who's Wheezy?
She's basically like her secretary at her new job. She's
in the comic.
Yeah, she's smaller, older lady who used to be a superhero. But then, like, when they were in the comic book business, like, he didn't really age, and it was fun with her husband. And then they got out of it, and then they noticed that a lot of the older characters, like Captain America and Superman, well, not Superman, but, were coming back as, like, superheroes, and they're waiting patiently for their time to come back. But then they never did, and they waited too long, and her husband passed away, which is really sad.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the only thing I don't like about her is that I just feel like she's just kind of thrown in there. Like, you can see how, like, she's, like, supposed to be, like, the, like, sidekick and, like, kind of, like, the funny sidekick.
Right.
But it's just not as funny for me, I guess.
Hmm.
And then when, like, there's, for some reason, like, they switch body types.
Her and She-Hulk and Wheezy.
And Wheezy just becomes really, like, cocky.
Of course. Because she has all the wisdom and intelligence now in the body that can match, right?
Yeah.
But so for me, what I liked about it was that stuff is funny. That stuff is silly. Like the body swapping. It's very much like what was it? The Freaky Friday.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
It has a Freaky Friday vibe. And I think that for me, that comic has a lot of those sitcom TV silliness to it,
Yeah,
which I can enjoy. Like it's not X-Men, it's not Batman, it's its own. It really is. Sensational She-Hulk is like its own language. I think it's really a fun book because it's not like any other comic that it's not like any comic I've ever read. What is up, Werewolf by Lunchtime?
and the only thing I don't enjoy fully about it is the part where, like, she's got a boyfriend who she's apparently madly in love with, constantly loves him. Okay. Apparently. And then she wears, like, these scantily clad outfits.
Well, yeah, she does. That is an irony to the character, right? Sorry, I'm adding people to the wheel. Charlie wants to see herself.
You're a really slow typer.
I'm a very slow typer.
I can do it.
No. You talk about Sensational She-Hulk. What are your thoughts on it?
Like I said, I don't enjoy the fact of, like, how, like, scantily clad she is. But I also, like, it also is kind of like her personality.
Sure.
Like how she wears those things. And I know it's probably because it kept, like, people to keep, like, reading it.
Right.
But still. And then, I was a little confused about, like, her boyfriend has, like, powers. I wasn't sure how that happened, but
you mean how he got his powers?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry, now we're back. Whew. Wheezy, Lil Wayne, or George Jefferson's wife? I mean, right? Lil Wheezy. It could be Wheezy.
Wheezy with an I.
It's with an I, right? It probably stands for Louisa, which is like a very common old lady name.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. So do you want to compare it to the show a little bit and talk about the show? Should we get into some She-Hulk talk? Because we finished the show. It took a little time. At first, I would say, Charlie, not a big fan of the show. So I would say most of the first half of the show, Charlie didn't care for it. I definitely was laughing. I thought it was pretty funny. I didn't think it was great or anything, but I was enjoying it. How did you guys feel about the whole thing? Now, Kate, you haven't had a turn to talk for a bit, so I'll let you shoot off first. Like, how do you feel about how that whole season?
I just put a bite in my mouth, though.
Great. I love it.
My timing is impeccable.
Bagel mouth, go.
So I thought it was really good. Like, I was watching especially the finale episode, I thought was like literally the coolest thing ever. The whole time I was just like, this is so cool.
You liked the twist of her like climbing through the
fourth wall
like that?
Mm-hmm. That was really cool.
Okay.
I love that. I thought the characters were really funny. Like the way she would break the fourth wall and be like, this isn't your typical lawyer show or something, and then like go back.
Okay.
I loved that. I was kind of confused with what they wanted to do with Titania.
Yeah, I think that was a big misstep for me. Like, I didn't like the way they used Titania, and she ended up being kind of useless.
Yeah, she kind of just like fell off. Doesn't make sense. She just walked left.
Totally agree.
So I didn't really like that. They could have done a lot more with her character.
What about the Daredevil stuff?
Oh my god, that was such a cool little twist. And I was like, there's some energy here. Hold up. And then I was kind of like, because one of my friends had said something and said that they
hook up.
Yes, and I was like,
She-Hulk smash. That was my favorite line of the whole thing. Was like, and sometimes Matt Murdock. Like, that line slayed me.
She smashes fourth walls and sometimes Matt Murdock.
Yes.
Wow.
That was my favorite line of the series.
Dude, I cannot do this. I'm sorry.
It's all right. You want to take a little? You should get a cup of water. Bring a cup of water.
I know.
I don't have any water in here. I only got coffee.
I think I have a water bottle. Let me grab it.
So I'll let you want to share your thoughts first, or should I do mine? Okay. Yeah. So overall, I don't think it was an amazing show, She-Hulk. I did think that in general, it captured the John Byrne era really well. And I think John Byrne would have really liked it. I don't think the comedy landed as consistently as his comedy. I think John Byrne was just a better writer. I loved the fourth wall break. I loved the shattering typical Marvel expectations. I don't like the way they used Titania. I think that was kind of a waste. But the final 2 episodes with Daredevil were the best by far, like by a mile.
It was so fun.
The final 2 episodes, yes, very Ally McBeal for sure, which is kind of what the comic was. I mean, if you really think about it. So yeah, the final 2 episodes were the best. I think you really could have watched like the first and the final 2 and been fine. Like, I think the middle episodes were a little bit shoddy and not as funny. The comedy wasn't as consistent. But the Daredevil stuff worked really, really well. I liked the way they used Matt Murdock. And the final, I loved the way they were like, no, this is stupid. Our show doesn't end like this. It doesn't make it. We're not the Avengers. That's not what this show is. And I liked that it didn't end with like a big fight. I know that Hulk fans are still frustrated that they're stuck with Professor Hulk and they've never really gotten the Hulk story.
But that's like his evolution.
It is a little bit, but I think it's also just the rights issues. They have not had the money to go and be able to, on their own, do the Hulk story they want to do. So I get that frustration, but I don't think that's fair to put that on this show. I think they used the Hulk the way they needed to for this show. I don't know. My wife is disconnected from the whole internet reaction, but she loved the She-Hulk and said it was something different. Yeah, and that's exactly how I came out with it. It was very different, and that's what I liked about it. I just wish it had been more consistent and funnier at the beginning. And I think it could have used more Matt Murdock all the way through. If they put Matt Murdock all the way through and made it like superhero lawyer show, like I would have been way into it. I think it got a little off track with some of the other stuff, but still enjoyable for sure. What about you? Your turn. I know you liked it the least in our household.
I don't know. I just felt like they were really trying to focus on like how she didn't want to be She-Hulk.
Right.
And then they forced her to be She-Hulk, and then she wanted to be She-Hulk, and then she didn't. It was just like, come on, girl.
Right.
Pick a side. And then, like...
Sorry.
It sometimes just felt really easy to, like, know what was going to happen.
Right.
And I really I really wanted to I really wanted to know why. Like I didn't want there to be like an ending fight scene, but I really wanted to know like what they were gonna say. Like what was he doing on the island with his son Scar?
Yeah, that whole stuff with Scar obviously connects to Ragnarok, right? And this is clearly a kid that he had on the planet when he was with Jeff Goldblum's what's his name?
Wait, who's Scar?
Collector?
No, he's not the Collector. It's the brother. It's the other one.
Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster. When he was there with the Grandmaster, he had a son, clearly. And so he went back to get his son from that planet and brought him here again to us. If you didn't pay attention at the end of the show, they showed Hulk with his son Scar. That's his son
right.
He brought in, right? With a really bad haircut.
Dude,
that was really
awful.
funny looking. That if we get to $20,000, sounds like some community members might recreate that haircut for themselves, which I'm all about it. So let's take a pause in the She-Hulk discussion here and discuss this Comics Curing Cancer, the event that's happening right now that we are a part of. All these great links in the description down below for all the shows going on today. And if you donate $25 to Fighting Cancer during this show with the link that's in the chat, the pinned link, you can be entered to win a giveaway here from us. And you'll be on the prize wheel tonight when Remy Q and Rob spin the wheel tonight. You're on that wheel as well. So donating $25, well, we are as a household. We have you don't get one for every $25. You get one entry on that big wheel. And we've already donated a ton. So we are definitely on that wheel for sure. But you got yourself in on this wheel by donating during our show, right? So the way it works is you click the link, you donate $25 or more, screen grab it, send it to me on Instagram, and I'll put you on the wheel. So far, I've got, I think, 5 people already just during this show jumping on that wheel. And as a reminder, there's 2 prizes. I shared with you Albert's, and I'm going to do it again right now. This is the stuff that Albert made to give away for the Comics Curing Cancer event here on our channel. So take a look. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. So to get a chance to win one of those, donate $25 or more. Send me the screen grab on Instagram or at Yahoo. Sure, I'm a Yahoo. And we will enter you on that wheel, right, to win. And I don't think I got any emails yet. I'm good. Yeah, because nobody's like, why would I send it to Yahoo? That's just ridiculous. Why would I do that? The other prize that we are giving away is I want to give away some trade paperbacks. And I've got these huge piles of trades. I got Marvel, I got DC, and I got indie trades. Ooh. And I'm going to give away at least a couple of these boxes, depending on how many people are entered to win. So I got classics like Watchmen and The Dark Knight Returns. I got some Green Lantern Rebirth, the Jeff Johns era. I got Batman Under the Red Hood. That's just in the Batman category, or in the DC set here. On the Marvel side, I got Spider-Man Life Story. Phenomenal series. I got the all-new, all-different Avengers 1 and 2. I got Captain America by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Look at this amazing hardcover edition. I got Wolverine Origins, trade paperback. I got Doctor Strange's Damnation, the Donny Cates' storyline where they're having Las Vegas becomes the city of sin in real life. And I got a whole indie and Vertigo pile over here. Same kind of thing. So if you want to get some trade paperbacks, I'll send you trade paperbacks. Just donate $25 or more during this show. I'll put your name on the wheel when you send me a screen grab of that. Okay. So I'm going to be mentioning this stuff a bunch during the show today with the girls. And you can get yourself on my wheel. And then again, that $25 or more donation gets you on the wheel tonight. When Remy Q and Rob spin the wheel tonight, you're on it twice. So I read, that's a great question, Mark. I read this hardcover and it covers issues 1 through 12. I didn't get beyond issue 12. So if anybody's gone beyond that, I haven't read it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very, I've read his Black Panther, which I thought was really great as well. But I thought this was a very solid read. Obviously, it takes Captain America back to his roots a little bit, getting away from the whole Hail Hydra storyline, which they basically had to kind of backtrack on and retcon a little bit here. You also have these amazing Alex Ross covers, which are phenomenal. Like, these are just, every single one of them is a work of art. Like, you just look at these covers and you're just like, wow. So I'm definitely all in on those. It throws back to characters like Nuke from the Frank Miller Daredevil Born Again storyline. You get obviously you get some stuff involving the Carter family. So I enjoyed it a lot. I think I liked his Black Panther better, the writer Coates. I liked the Black Panther storyline better, but I still really enjoyed it. And again, it's just 1 through 12, and you get Cap in jail for a chunk of that. And I know the story went on longer than that. There's a lot more to it, but I just read the first 12 and I really enjoyed it. Hello, Miss Kitty. How are you doing? And Caroline, you won something earlier on Brian's channel. And Brian just donated. So Brian just made the wheel. I got to add Brian to the wheel now. Ooh, there we are. Brian's on the wheel. So again, click that link, donate $25 or more to fight cancer, and you get entered in my giveaway, plus you get entered in the giveaway tonight. And the odds on my giveaway wheel are going to be really good. I'm just going to tell you. What's up, GPAP? Good to see you, man. How's it going? All right. Did we finish She-Hulk discussion? Charlie, you didn't get a chance to talk too much about it. You still feel like you were able to say what you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. So let's do our unboxing. We'll take a little break here. I won a prize on Night Tiger, Michael's channel, and he sent a box, and he asked before he sent it, hey, what kind of stuff do your girls like? So I gave him some thoughts. I gave him some ideas. He packed this box. All I've done is cut the lid and pull out the letter from him. He said, thank you for winning the giveaway on my stream. Congratulations and thank you for your support. Here's an AOK. I hope all the comics you can enjoy or you can pass them on. I agree. He is awesome. And so Michael sent us this box. It is hefty. It is full. And we're going to open it up and we're going to look at some of the awesome comics inside, right? We're going to take a look and see what's going on in here.
Crack it.
Crack-a-lackin'. So let's see. First one up is... Ooh, old school Silver Age Thor, 12-cent Thor. That's Hercules versus Thor on the cover. That looks like Odin standing in the background. Wow. Zeus fighting Zeus. That is old school. Look at that.
No, I think
that's
the
a beauty.
background person is Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I thought yeah. And that's Thor.
Right. Charlie, would you take your plate down the hall? Then we'll put the comics right there. Can we do that real quick? All right, Kate, you want to hold that one? Starting off with a banger, right? Yes, absolutely. What is up, Tony? I'm sorry I missed you. Good to see you, Tony. If you donate $25 to charity during the show and send me a screen grab, I will add you to the wheel to win some cool stuff, man. I'm just telling you. Ooh, the first appearance of Stormbreaker, the hammer that is used by Beta Ray Bill, part of that Simonson era. And I don't think I have this issue. I've got first Beta Ray Bill and second Beta Ray Bill, but I don't know that I have that one. That's pretty awesome. Ooh. Is that Samney? Yeah, it is. Black Widow by Chris Samney. Look at that cover. That is dope.
That's cool.
Yeah, issue number 1. You girls can check that one out. I don't think you've read any of the Black Widow series. Ooh, these are facing the wrong way. Ooh. Look at that. Spider-Verse, Spider-Gwen variant.
Gwenverse.
The Gwenverse. Look at that. Yeah, Simonson Thor is very, very good. What's up, Shop for Comics? Tony just donated. He got on the wheel. You can do the same. So all you have to do is do what Tony did. You click the link that is pinned. It's in black across the top of the chat. Donate $25 or more and send me a screen grab of it. I'm going to add you to the wheel, and you can win prizes here. And you can win prizes tonight when they spin Remy Q's on Remy Q's channel and spin the wheel.
You have 2 more people.
2 more people? Well, we'll see. It looks like I got a couple of them. Amazing Spider. Ooh, this is an early issue 74. Issue 74 of Amazing Spider-Man. Look at that cover. Damn. Night Tiger did not hold back.
Mm-hmm.
That is a cool looking cover. Look at that. All right. Ooh, a foil Catwoman Joelle Jones cover. Look at that.
I love that.
This is issue 4, which is that first couple of story arcs in Catwoman by Joelle Jones. I really do love. Then she wasn't able to keep up with the time of. Ooh, it's even embossed. You can feel the bumps on it. She wasn't able to keep up with the schedule, I think, and then it kind of fell off a little. But I do love those first few issues. This is a big issue, whatever this is. Ooh, 100-page giant Teen Titans.
I love the Teen Titans.
You do. I think you would enjoy this a ton, it looks like. It's right up your alley.
I can bring
Wonder Girl, Kid Flash, Robin, and Superboy. That is right up your... Oh, see, there all the names are... Oh, and Beast Boy. Where's Beast Boy?
He's not on the cover.
I didn't see Beast Boy
He's
there.
right there.
Huh. Oh, and plus the Super Sons. Yeah, all in on that. What's up, Bearded Comic Bro? He can do the same thing. Tony just did it. If Tony can figure it out, you click the link, donate $25 or more, and you're on 2 giveaway wheels today. You'll be on mine, and you'll be on the Remy Q one tonight. Plus, you just say it helped to fight cancer. So, I mean, unless you like cancer. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you like cancer.
The link that's in the chat.
It's in the chat. It's pinned at the top. Really easy to find. Plus, it's also in one of the descriptions of the video. Oh, Charlie. Yeah, Betty and Veronica Christmas Spectacular. And I get the feeling we're in a whole, look at this. Another Betty and Veronica Christmas Spectacular. And another Betty and Veronica Christmas Spectacular. And another Betty and Veronica Spectacular, but this looks more like winter. But she's sculpting a hunk. Veronica is.
Snow hunk.
A snow hunk. Oh, Sabrina's Christmas Magic. Betty and Veronica Christmas Spectacular. Oh my gosh. Betty and Veronica Christmas Spectacular. Betty and Veronica Christmas. Charlie, I think Night Tiger knows what you like.
And that's the last one.
Wow. That is epic. That snow hunk is next level, right?
I don't know where she learned to do that.
He looks bigger than Professor Hulk. Haha. Joke.
Damn.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Ooh, Kate. Batgirl issue 50. This is a Terry Dodson cover.
Ooh.
I love the Dodsons. It's a husband and wife team
really
that
cool.
do art together. Look at that. Great cover. Love it. Yes, Brian, that was a huge stack of books. Charlie is very pumped. Yeah. Here, if you want, Charlie, you can put the rest of them back here behind you. Whoa. You can just open the one, right? Batman and the Signal, issue number 1. I have not read any of this. There's the Signal underneath right there. Notice Batman always has his partners dressing in really bright colors. And they can pick them off easier, probably. He doesn't have to worry about it. Oh, Lady Fantastic. This has your name on the back. She-Hulk, issue number 1. Is this from the Dan Slott run? It is. That was a great, great run. Wizards Book of the Month. Big Picture 2 of... Oh, this is issue 6. Sorry, this is issue 6. Even with my glasses, I couldn't read that backwards. That is awesome. Look, we're still going here. I gotta get them out of this box here. Yikes. I got more. I got more. This is still going. This is still happening. Avengers No Surrender. This is issue 688. What a great Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver cover, Kate. Check that out.
Whoa.
Kate's a big Scarlet Witch fan. Any Scarlet Witch thing,
There's
Kate's
Wasp
down.
and Vision on here too.
Yeah, the whole family there, the whole early
Yeah,
Avengers crew.
There's Wasp. There's Vision.
Oh, yeah. And Iron Man and War Machine and Hulk and Bruce Banner and obviously the Thor hammer and the Cap shield. There's a lot of detail, actually, if we get in there. Mark Brooks. Yeah, look at that. So you got Vision down there, Wasp on the side.
Sorry, Wasp's on that side.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That is pretty dope.
That is pretty cool.
That is amazing. Mark Brooks, yeah, obviously hugely talented. Lockjaw issue 1. Look, Charlie. Big doggy.
Daddy.
Lockjaw issue 1. You got a joke to share from Betty and Veronica?
Who's made of sugar and spice and everything nice?
Usually it's girls, right?
Not Veronica.
Not Veronica.
That's true, honestly.
All right. Ooh, Domino on the cover with X-Force. This is issue, I think it's 211. Did they ever get that high with X-Force? I don't believe it. There's Boom Boom on there as well. I don't know who they just beat up, but that guy's down for the count. Let's see what they got. Ooh, all new Wonder Woman. That's a cool looking cover. Look, the noose out of the lasso that she's running into from the flames.
Oh, I didn't even notice it was a noose. That's so cool.
Yes, I agree, Greg. Charlie has started reading Archie, and we are not going to see her again. But she'll occasionally share with us some jokes from it. Charlie, Archie Comics Pep. That's an old school one. 65 center. Excuse me, I have to give our girls an inspirational halftime prep talk. Winner, I'll pile on the homework.
What are they doing? What's
Playing
their sport?
basketball or volleyball.
Like
That's
soccer.
volleyball. Oh, is it soccer?
No, mostly volleyball then, because.
Oh, that's so cool. Volleyball.
Kate's like, I want to see it now.
I know.
wanna
I'm
see
like,
it now.
please.
There you go. Detective Comics, Batman, and is that Darkwing Duck? That's hilarious. Ooh, look at Mr. Freeze on the top there. That's a cool villain cover.
Because you said you wanted to see it.
Ooh.
Adam Polina. Let's see. Is that Adam Polina?
This reminds me of like Tim Burton style, but like scarier.
I don't see a name on it anywhere. Sorry.
Dad, this reminds me
I might have read the issue number wrong on that one.
like Tim Burton, but like scarier. Like this one, the specific
Has a Tim Burton vibe to it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get through these quickly. I know there's a ton. We have some of these, right? We have some of these Amikami Girls, right? Series, that Palmiotti series. We have some of these. I can't remember all the characters.
Familiar, but
Yeah,
I
me
don't
too.
remember.
And here's another one, issue 2. That looks like it's got some Amazonians on it. Ocean Master. Ooh. Ooh, wow, that's a foil. Look at that. That's a lenticular cover.
Oh, so it's like
It like moves.
oh,
He's
those
got
mess with my
Aquaman dead
eyes.
on the ground here behind him. That's wild. Yeah, it's hard on my glasses.
It's hard on my eyes.
So here's another one. Look at his Batman's costume change. Cape, no cape.
That's
Cape,
cool.
no cape.
That one's cool.
Cape, no cape. Issue 1, Future's End. Look at him. He's just piling. There's a ton of books in here, man.
How does this one change?
Justice League of America, Deadshot. Look, Deadshot's shooting them all. Those lenticular covers. It doesn't take much to excite John. Hey, you know, I'm an excitable guy. Ruby, you've got some of the Ruby comics. We've got some Rubies. Charlie, Strange Science.
Dilton.
I'm going to add that to Charlie's pile back there. Ms. Mystic. I don't know that one. From this day onward, the planet Earth is under my protection. Defile it or not. Defile it not, or suffer the wrath of Ms. Mystic. Be careful. DC Rebirth Trinity, issue 1 with an amazing cover. Look at that. This is like Jim Lee. Looks like a Jim Lee cover. That is beautiful. That is an amazing cover. All right, I'm going to pause because we've been doing this for a long time and I still have a big stack. This is part of C3. We're doing giveaways here at the end of this show. And there are giveaways happening tonight. And how do you enter in those things? Well, you help by fighting cancer. There's a link in the chat, and you can donate $25 or more and be on the wheel for Remy Q's channel tonight and for the wheel at the end of my show. You'll be on twice. So all you do, click the link, donate $25 or more to fight cancer. Send me a screen grab of it, and I will add you to our wheel, and you will be instantly added to the wheel for tonight. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We've raised over $11,000 already from yesterday, from all the events yesterday, and we still have the huge auction tomorrow night and the giveaway show tonight. There's going to be so many opportunities to continue to donate and to help out. You guys are amazing. Plus, you can win, like I did last night, some really cool things for yourself while you're fighting cancer. What a great combo that is, right? All right. I got an X-Men #1 from the Jeff Lemire run. I've never read Extraordinary X-Men, so this is new for me. Humberto Ramos, obviously super talented artist, so look at that Storm cover. And Magic and Old Man Logan and Nightcrawler. That's a solid list.
Is it Miss Marvel?
X-Men Legacy. Who? Where?
I mean, I forgot her name.
Yeah, that should be Marvel Girl.
Marvel.
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
X-Men Legacy. I don't know that one. All New X Factor issue #1. Peter David. That's a fun retro style cover. I like the throwback style. Yes, I love Humberto Ramos. So good. Ultimate X-Men issue #13. I never really read the Ultimate X-Men run. I read Ultimate Spider-Man and some of the Ultimate Avengers. X-Men Prime. Look at him throw all these X-Men books at me. That's a solid team shot there. Is that Sabretooth with them? Yeah, Sabretooth is in the group there.
Daddy, can you open this for me?
Sure. I'll fold the tape down so you don't get a tape pull, and you're good. X-Men First Class. There's a Scarlet Witch cover, Caters.
Sorry, I zoned out a little bit.
I know you did.
Ooh.
That is a wild cover. The Death of X, Uncanny X-Men 10 from a new run of numbering. Clearly, I don't know what the legacy numbering would be. I don't know where we are in the legacy numbering on that one. X Nation 2099. I never read that. Foil. There's some foil goodness on that cover.
Sorry.
It's all right. X-Men versus Onslaught. Wolverine getting his face punched in, it looks like. Yes. Legion of Comics is on the wheel. Mark's on the wheel. If you don't want him to win all the cool prizes, you got to make sure that you get on the wheel. And how do you do that, right? Click the link. $25 or more gets donated to fighting cancer to the American Cancer Society. We give you on our wheel a spin and a chance to win some prizes. And tonight, Remy Q does the same. X-Men Legacy. That looks like Legion there. Not Legion of Comics, but Legion. The Agony of Memory looks like some bishop dealing with traveling through time and what it does to his memory. The Amazing X-Men. Oh, this is part of the Age of Apocalypse storyline. Look at those costumes and hair. Amazing. Old school throwback. Ooh, I think I have this issue. 338. Angel on the cover being torn between Archangel and himself. If Sins Be Forgiven. Looks like young Magneto back again. Claremont written 445 issue of X-Men. He came back for a little time there and wrote some issues. Ooh, Grand Design. This was a great series if you haven't read. So these are some books I got from Night Tiger as part of a giveaway on his channel. Awesome. Sector 2815 jumping in on the giveaway here. X-Men Gold with a fun throwback cover. Look at those costumes. Cyclops looks like he's just a baby. He just looks like a baby. Charlie 13 going on 18. The only thing simple about my wedding will be the groom. Burn. That is a sick burn.
I want to read this one.
What does it say?
Young Justice issue 9. This is from 1999. I got 2 left. Oh, I love these covers. Gotham City Sirens always had cool covers. These are the hot ladies of Gotham. Yeah. Throwbacks. I love these covers for Gotham City Sirens. What a cool homage.
Wait, it's 10 years older than you.
Yes. Superman, Wonder Woman, but look, this homage is straight out of Gone with the Wind. Look at that. Whoa. That is amazing.
That's cool.
So there you go. Those are all books I just got from Night Tiger, and I got to figure out somewhere to move them so we can get that. I was not expecting such a huge pile of comics If you're not following Night Tiger, you should definitely do so. Thank you, Night Tiger, for this. That was incredible. And now the girls are reading. So you got girls reading. So that gives me a chance to remind you what's going on. C3 Comics Curing Cancer. We've raised $11,000 in a day. And we're well on our way to try to crush $20,000 just through simple $25 donations, auctions tomorrow night on, I think it's Rob's Fat Stacks is doing the big auction tomorrow night. Remy Q doing giveaways tonight. We were on DJ Links last night. You can get involved by just donating $25 or more. The link is right there in the chat. Then you send me a screen grab. I'll put you on a wheel, and here's some cool stuff that you could win from members in our community. And I just got a whole bunch more that I'm adding to the wheel. I got you, William. I got you on here, buddy. And now we've got a nice full wheel. I think we can give away a lot of fun stuff for you all. So thank you so much for continuing to be part of the Slamming Cancer event that we're doing today. The link also down below for all the other shows after me. Because after me, you can go over to Only Slabs, of the show that is being done on Rob's Fat Stacks channel. And they're going to continue this through the afternoon into the evening where Tylox is doing a show. And then, of course, Remy Q doing the big wheel spinning giveaway show. So make sure that you have done all that stuff, gotten yourself a spot on these wheels so that we can make sure that we are all doing our part to fight cancer. I need to send books. You need me to send books for the cause? You can check with Rob's Fat Stacks and see if he still needs books because he's doing the big auction for charity tomorrow night. But I appreciate you, Chet. So definitely check in with Rob's Fat Stacks and his link to his Instagram and stuff. It's all down in the description here. So yeah, if you want to win, I'm going to spin the wheel. We're going to have 5 of those awesome journals created, handcrafted by Albert Loves Comics. I'm going to give away 5 of those. Or sorry, I should say he's giving away 5 of those. I'm going to do a few rounds of trade paperback giveaways. You can pick Marvel, DC, Indie, and I'll give away some of those as well. And we'll all just do our part to to slam cancer. All doing our community's part. Last year, we raised $8,000 in a day. Today, we are well past $11,000, and it's just amazing. You are all just absolutely amazing. So, girls, how are we doing? How are we doing here?
Good. These are good books.
Yeah? Anything really great?
Mm-hmm.
I need a little coffee, man. I've been awake this morning watching great community members doing giveaways on their channels, doing their awesome part. And look, see, I just got another one. Simon R, you just jumped on the wheel, my man. I'm adding you in. Simon R, he and Ariel, one of the just best community family teams we've got here. So huge thank you to Simon. You nailed it. You're in. I got you. And we are definitely doing our part to slam cancer. I've also got a few more trades that I finished reading. So I've got Marvel, I've got Image, I've got Boom, I've got AWA. Does anybody have one they want to talk about? Anyone they want to hear about? Charlie, Kate, how was 13 going on 18?
It was funny.
It was funny? Yeah?
It was good.
Does it feel old-fashioned?
They're very old-fashioned.
Here it is right here, right? Huge thank you to all of you who are doing this. And, of course, sharing. Even if you can't donate, and we all can't, sharing this out. You can share these videos. You can go on Instagram. You can go on Twitter, whatever, and share out these events that are happening all through the rest of the day. It goes from my channel over to Rob's Fat Stacks, where we're going to do a lot of stuff on his channel, to Tylox, to Remy Q. And then tomorrow, we start over again on the Burke family channel, and we're going to run through the day all the way to Rob again with his big mega auction. So absolutely get involved, because you can then be a part of a great cause, but then winning some cool stuff, right? I got you, Simon. I just shouted you out a second ago. You are on the wheel, my man. You are on the wheel. What did you read, Charlie? Anything good? Pep? You were reading some Pep?
Oh, can I read it?
Charlie's got a soccer game in 2 hours, so she's probably going to vacate this area here in a little bit. I don't know if Kate's going to that game or not. I'm skipping the game because I'm going to keep the show going a little longer than usual. We've been going for an hour, but in 2 hours, Rob's doing his show, so I'm gonna push to at least a couple hours on this show.
I think I'm gonna stay.
You want to stay and do this?
I don't think I can stay and do this. I just have to find the dress.
She's got homecoming. That's part of having high schoolers. Kate's got a homecoming tonight. What do you guys call it again?
Hoko. I know it's bad.
It's called Hoko.
Really,
like hot cocoa.
Oh, I was thinking something else.
Okay.
No,
I
can't say it on you.
All right.
Sorry.
Homecoming for Kate is different than it was for me. For me, it was always just a big dance, and it was an awkward time to try to like be near a girl and all that kind of stuff. Now it sounds more like a party, and there's like games and rides and stuff. Can you tell me a little bit about what you hear is going to be there?
I don't know, because I've heard it's in the gym.
Okay.
And I've also heard that it's like, we call it Hoko. Hoco, like homecoming.
Homecoming.
Yeah, exactly. But I've heard it's in the gym. I've also heard it's on the football field.
Yes.
So I'm assuming it's just going to be like the actual dance is in the gym.
In the gym, right? Because you can have the music pumped through the speakers and stuff.
Yes, the main gym, not the aux gym. And then I'm going to assume that like there's going to be like some stuff on the football field, like maybe food and stuff. I don't even know.
A bounce house.
Maybe. Because like it's all the grades. So it's everyone in the school. So there's like a bajillion people.
This is important, Kate. You have to leave room between you and your dance partner for Jesus.
I don't even.
A little space for Jesus. Right there in between you and your dance partner. Yeah. Hoko. Right? Sounds like the end of Greece. Hoko. I mean, yeah, the end of Greece when they have like the carnival rides and stuff.
Yes.
Right? You're the one that I want. That does sound like the end of Greece. So that's what Kate's prepping for tonight.
I should pull
makeup, hair, outfits.
I should pull up in the leather.
Let's not.
Thing she wears.
I don't know. Question mark. Hello, Krista. How are you doing? Hello, Glitter and Duct Tape. Thank you for coming in and hanging with us. So we are part of C3. The links are down below. You can donate to fight cancer. If you do, though, screen grab it. $25 or more if you do. And let me know. And I will include you on some cool giveaways we're going to do in probably about an hour. We're going to spin the wheel and give away a bunch of stuff. So far, let's see. Do I have anybody new? I don't think I got anybody new in the last few seconds. I've got what? I got Legion of Comics. I got Bueller. I got Rob Boswell, Charlie herself. I got Brian. I got Sector 2815. I got William. I got Comic Vet. And I got Simon R. All of them have donated $25 or more during this show. And that means they're on my wheel and they're going to be on Remy Q's tonight. And they could win some really cool stuff both times, as you've seen. My wheel, though, is definitely going to have a smaller list. You're going to have a way better chance of winning something. I know Mark from Legion of Comics, he wants that Supergirl journal. So he's vying for that Supergirl journal for sure. And if you haven't seen the journals, I'll play that clip here in just a little bit. And William's in there. He's ready. He's ready. I don't know which one he's looking for. Charlie liked the Batman one and the Spider-Man one, right? Those are the two that you thought were the coolest, the Batman one and the Spider-Man one. Yeah, really cool. There's a Doctor Strange one, but it's got a bunch of Peter Parker stuff going around it. And, of course, there's the Walking Dead one, which is pretty sweet as well. This is a great point from Crystal over at Glitter and Duct Tape. This stuff impacts us all. And, in fact, I've got 4 uncles and my dad. I think 3 out of the 5 have had prostate cancer and have fought it. 3 out of the 5. I had an uncle pass away really young from lung cancer. father-in-law with leukemia. Like this affects and touches everybody. Absolutely. So there's just a million reasons why we all need to be able to be a part of this in some way. Donating, sharing out the information, just letting people know, let's all make it happen, right? And $25 is just a great way to do that. And then, of course, if you also happen to get some prizes as a thank you, that's even better. I think most of us, like the Chris the Comic Vet, are just saying, I'm happy to donate to such a great cause. If on top of that, I get a cool piece of art from somebody like Albert Loves Comics, or I get to help an artist like Ignacio with an amazing piece of art, like that's just a win on top, right? That's just the cherry on top. And yeah, I was just mentioning that guy. I was just meant Bueller himself, Travis, who's back home again, his van all hooked up and ready, and hopefully in the winter here somewhere, he said maybe January somewhere, he's coming down my way. You might have Bueller sitting here in the creative lounge at the John's Comics with Kids house. So hopefully we'll get Bueller in here to have some shenanigans when he works his way down to our neck of the woods, right? And Burke Family is sharing out the list on his Instagram. If you haven't seen it, he just tagged me. Make sure that you're following Burke as well, because tomorrow morning he's kicking off this as well. All right, so I didn't see if anybody said one in particular, but let's talk about something I've got in my Indie Comics giveaways. If you choose when I give away trades later that you want indies, one of the ones you could pick from is Deadly Class by Rick Remender. So Charlie, this is a comic book all about a young guy who's homeless on the streets of San Francisco, I believe it is. And he finds out he could join this school of assassins where they teach you how to be a killer. And he joins because he feels like it's possible his whole life was ruined by the kids at this school, and he's going to learn their secrets and get his revenge. So it's kind of like the violent rated R Harry Potter in some crazy cool way. They tried a TV version. I have not seen it, but I've read the first, I think, 3 trades of Deadly Class, and they're amazing. The series just wrapped up. So the final issue dropped this week of this comic, and you can buy the hardcovers. There are 3 already for sale, and the 4th one's going to come out probably before the end of this calendar year.
I need to get dressed for my soccer.
You go ahead, Charlie. This has been a great read so far. You can get the first volume. I'm adding it to my Indie Comics pile over here. So if you win my raffle spin and you want Indie Comics, that is one of the options in there in this epic pile. There it is. This a great reason why to be donating. This is a great reason why. My buddy Simon said currently my family is going through 2 cancer diagnoses at the same time. It has not been easy, but with friends and positive thoughts, we all will get through. I mean, that's it right there. And the guy even donated to fight it. So you all can do it figuratively and literally, if possible, right? Fighting cancer. Simon's family is doing both right now, literally and figuratively fighting cancer. And $25 or more, send me a screen grab on Instagram. I'll add you to the wheel for this show, and you'll be on the wheel automatically for tonight on Remy's channel. So thank you for sharing that, Simon. I know that it's been really, really rough. You and I were swapping stories with my dad's chemo and your family, and I just appreciate you making the time for this, Roscoe, that piece is just all right. It's no Rhino piece. I won this piece. I got the Roscoe piece last night, so you just back off.
Wait, are we gonna do
I thought was there not a Deadly Class TV series? I thought they did a couple of seasons of it. I didn't see it. There it is. It became a TV show based off of the comic. There you go. I heard mediocre things. I never watched it though. So I thought they did 2 seasons and then they canceled it, but maybe I was wrong. We are all being affected by it for sure. So getting out there and stopping it. I wasn't going to let Lee get away with that. So how do you help fight it? You can figuratively get involved in the fight with cancer by donating $25 or more, hopefully winning some cool stuff during my show, and then maybe later on Remy Q's channel. How are you doing, Catherine?
Catherine, I'm doing okay. What about you, Jonathan?
It's not my name.
I know.
Well, I've got 3 other books here to talk about, and I got a bunch of single issue comics to talk about. Do you have anything that you want to talk about?
Should I go look?
I mean, maybe. You want to take a look?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the one I read right before this show started. I finally am getting around to reading another Rick Remender book. This is the Uncanny X-Force, the series he did. Was it early 2000s? No, it's got to be later than that. Is it 2010? 2012. So this volume collects 1 through 4, and I've got trades for the whole run. No, half of the run, about half the run. And this was really, really, really cool. The art is Opena, who I don't know. Let's see. No, Leonardo Manco. Sorry, Leonardo Manco. I don't know why it says a different name on that one. Oh, sorry. Jerome Opena did. They have two series collected in this first issue because they've got some pieces from another issue. But the art was really, really cool. Here's a page that I thought was just really, really awesome with the Sentinel and Wolverine and Angel talking. If you don't know the series, yeah, I do have a Ned Flanders look. The series has to do with basically Angel or Archangel designing a team to work behind Cyclops' back. So he has no clue what they're doing, but they're basically the covert ops team. And it's Betsy Braddock as Psylocke still. You got Phantom X, you've got Deadpool, you've got Wolverine, and you've got Angel. And it's bloody, it's violent. If you want a good violent X-Men comic, this is the one. And it's all this first volume all focused on the character of Apocalypse, who's a villain I really dig. So I really enjoyed this first volume. I'm going to be diving into volume 2 here at some point soon. Hi, Kate. What's up?
The only reason I don't want to share this book is because it's like a romance book and I feel embarrassed reading romance books.
Why? I like romance movies.
I don't know, because I'm like 15. That's it.
Yeah?
I'm like young.
Does that mean you can't experience the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations of love?
Okay. Yeah. You can. Never mind.
What's the book? Can I hold it up?
It's called Book Lovers. It's
Book Lovers
really cute.
By Emily Henry.
Yes.
I almost struggled with that.
You struggled.
Chapter book, not comic or graphic novel. Okay. What's the story about? I mean, it seems like it's perfect for our community.
It's about a book. It's about a girl named Nora.
Okay.
Dude, I can't speak.
I think you're a little nervous. You want to take a deep breath?
Okay. So it's about this girl named Nora.
Okay.
And she is basically, I don't know if you know what the other woman is in like literature and like movies and stuff.
The concept of the other woman?
Yes. It's
the woman who steals a man away from...
No, it's basically like, I'm trying to think of like an example in a movie we've watched.
Okay.
But it's like when there's a dude, like the best example, I know you've never seen the movie Corpse Bride by Tim Burton.
I get the concept, but okay.
So there's like the corpse lady.
Right.
That falls in love with the alive guy.
Right.
But he's married to another lady.
Right.
So she's the other woman.
Yes.
That's the concept.
Which is basically what I just explained a second ago.
Okay, sorry, but like she is the opposite of that. She's the lady he's married to. Gotcha.
But there is an other woman in orbit around.
So that's how the book starts.
Okay.
Are you gonna sit down? Charlie, you have to get dressed.
I'm just double checking. She's gonna be ready. Don't worry. I'm just double checking to see if anyone has donated here in the last few minutes. Remember, $25 or more. Send me a screen grab, and you'll get on my wheel and the wheel for later on. I'm just double checking that I don't have anyone new to add to the wheel. All right, there we go. Oh, and Legion of Comics, Mark is mentioning a modern romance comic that's been coming out lately by Tom King called Love Everlasting. And it's a throwback to old romance comics that were really popular back in Pop's day, my dad's day, but with a modern murder mystery twist to it. not a murder. Sorry, a mystery twist. Sorry, I don't think there's a murder yet. Sorry, spoiler. So,
Okay,
what's the problem with her relationship with her man?
It's not really about that. That's just how it starts. She has her boyfriend, and she's a workaholic. So she's like I think she's like an agent for this book lady. I think that's her job name.
A novelist of some.
So she's just a workaholic. So then the guy leaves her for another lady.
Okay.
So she's kind of the other woman as well.
Nice.
Does that make sense? So she's kind of both. Not nice, but like, yeah.
I mean, good drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then she's just kind of like depressed. And so then her sister is like, hey, let's go on a vacation. So they go on a vacation. And right before they leave, she meets this guy, Charlie.
Okay. So now there's like a love square.
Kind
two
of.
guys and two girls.
Kind of, but the sister isn't involved with it.
Okay. Some characters not making an appearance in the story, but are outside of the story.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so she falls in love with the editor of the book. And so, yeah, she kind of has a crush on him when she first meets him. And then they go to the vacation and he's there. So then she like totally falls in love with him. And that's basically their story.
Okay. So her relationship is kind of ending because of this other woman.
Yes.
And so she meets somebody new.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds very sweet.
Yeah.
And they share a love of books as a central topic. Yeah. Are there any books that they talk about in the story that are like, oh, that sounds interesting. I wonder what that book's about. Like books that they mention or talk about to each other? Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the book, but the place that they go to is named after the place in the book because it's famous.
Okay. And you don't remember the book?
I don't remember what it's called because it's not a real book.
Oh, so they made up a book for the story.
Yeah, so there's not any real books in it.
Oh, okay, that's too bad. It seems like it would have been a great opportunity to use real books as a discussion topic.
But the lady who's writing the book, she's writing her next book, and Nora's reading it, and it's literally her life. It's like this lady that's a workaholic, and she kind of realizes how other people perceive her, kind of like as a shark almost.
Interesting.
And she doesn't like how that's perceived.
Sure.
But the guy's like, I like your sharky, like, you know. Yeah, that sounds weird when I say that, but like, yeah. So he's like, he likes her. And then, yeah. And
Did you like how it ended? The way the characters
because
learn
there's
stuff?
Definitely some stuff about mental health in here because her mom was like, she tried to be an actress, but it didn't really work out. So they were kind of like struggling at the bottom of like New York City with her younger sister. And her mom died. And then the younger sister like totally sunk into depression, and she just like Nora was just like really scared of what her sister was going through.
Gotcha.
And she never wants her sister to go through it again, so she just does all she can to make her happy.
Sure. And
halfway through their vacation, she has a sneaking suspicion that her sister's husband, they're getting a divorce.
Ooh.
So that throws some drama in there too.
Okay.
And so then eventually, should I not spoil it?
I mean, no, don't spoil the ending. I'll pause real quick because the freaking Rican is here. What is up, Rod? The Rican, thank you for jumping in, buddy. As a reminder, because people like Rod are jumping in and out, I appreciate it. We are part of the Comics Curing Cancer weekend shows. Donate $25 or more using the link I've got in the chat there. Just donate $25 or more. Do a little screen grab on your phone of that, or take a photo if you're using a laptop. Send me that image, and I'm going to enter you on a wheel to win cool stuff here, and you'll be automatically entered onto Rob's Fat Stacks wheel that they're doing tonight when they spin the wheel on Remy Q's channel. And all that stuff is in the description down below. The link tree that takes you from all the different shows. And we all have a similar looking thumbnail. It'll look something like this. So if you see any shows live streaming with that thumbnail or with this logo, you know we're all part of the same event this weekend, and you can find ways to win cool prizes, help fight cancer, and be with great people. Like Rod. What's up, Rod? Sorry.
That's okay. But yeah, that's basically the story, and it's really cute. And there's also the sister also has a checklist of stuff she wants to get done because she's pregnant.
Like a to-do list before the baby comes?
Yes. And she has other kids, but she's just like, she wants to get a to-do list done, you know? And her sister's a workaholic, so she wants to like get her out, you know?
Nice.
And also she and her like boyfriend guy, this guy, the editor, Charlie.
Man on the side. The other
kind of
man.
her main man at this point.
Okay.
But so he makes a bet with her that if she can finish everything on the list, because he's like, you're a total workaholic, like, there's no way you're gonna finish it. And then he falls in love with her and he's like, okay. But so he bets her because her sister's kind of struggling with money too.
Okay.
And she wants to help her sister, but her sister's like refusing it.
Gotcha.
Because she's like wants to be independent, you know. And so yeah, her Charlie is like, I'll give you a house for your I'll give you my apartment in New York for your sister if you can finish the list. I mean, she's like, okay.
Yeah, that's a deal.
Yeah, exactly. So,
that sounds like a win-win-win.
And yeah, some of the things were like date some locals. So she was like, okay. So then they
she's
other
pregnant
people.
And got to go on dates?
No, not the sister doesn't have to do that one.
Okay.
There's certain things the sister doesn't have to do because she's married.
Because that would seem challenging.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. But they dye their hair different colors, like as part of the list, and like have to help like a local business like rejuvenate. I don't know how to say it, but yeah.
Reinvigorate.
Yeah, that's my story, you guys.
Nice. So this was called
Book Lovers.
Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And have you read anything else by her? Because she's written books called People We Meet on Vacation and Beach Read.
They all kind of sound like similar, though.
Well, I think writers have certain themes they often want to dive into again and again. So you find authors that you might like, and some of their books might have similar qualities involved, right? Like Stephen King, right?
I like the book, though.
Nice.
Also, another really good romance novelist is Colleen Hoover.
Colleen Hoover. I don't know that I know her.
Colleen Hoover, yeah.
Okay.
I thought her name was Calling Hoover, like Calling Hoover, but like, you know, like on the phone calling. But it's Colleen Hoover.
Okay.
And she's a really good, like, I've read a lot of her stuff in Miss Earhart's
Can you
classroom.
name any of the ones that you liked?
It Starts With Us is really good.
It Starts With Us. Okay.
I didn't like the book Slammed very much, but it's really popular.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of other ones off the top of my head.
Maybe bring one of them home and we can talk about them on the show. It sounds like you've been reading them in English class during free read time. Nice.
Yeah, I finished them. Oh, I really like this one called Layla. It's kind of paranormal.
By Colleen Hoover.
So good. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So good.
I'm going to play a quick video just because we're almost at the halfway point of our show for today to highlight C3 real quickly. So for those that don't know, Comics Curing Cancer, here's what the information you need to have. I lost all the kids. They're all gone, but one of them's coming back. Yeah, this is a very funny joke. Right after Kate left, Hoarder's Hide said, "What's the rest of the title? A lot of books start with the word us."
Bruh.
Got it? There it is. Kate said she read a book that is called It Starts With Us. And he's like, well, what book is it? It starts with us, but what's the rest of the title? Ha! Comedy. All right, Charlie. You getting ready for your soccer game today? All right. Any last thoughts you want to say before you got time before you leave, right? Did you want to share one of the books you've got here? Maybe this one?
It's
Diana, Princess of the Amazons by Shannon and Dean Hale. Anything you want to say about it?
It's a really interesting story because like it really shows her childhood and how like she grew up with no friends and basically no one except her mom, and it really shows how like busy her mom is because it's the queen,
Right.
and how like you can see that she does have like interactions with people and she like plays games with people, but like she doesn't really have anyone because they're all adults and they're all kind of like forced to play with her because she's the princess.
Sure.
So you can see how like she like crafts like this girl out of clay in the sand because, you know, that's how she was created. And then the girl like comes to life, and she like, the next day so it comes to life, and then they kind of become best friends, and you can see how like they're really good for each other. And then like that's the clay person decides to like, you know, make her do mischievous things because they want her to. She wants to like, why don't you try stealing this?
Right.
They're hungry, and the clay girl comes and steals some bread loaves. They glue the artist's materials to her table so she can't get it off. And then like you can just see how she's kind of turning Diana into a bad person. She's rushing through her schoolwork,
influencing her in a bad way.
Yeah, and then she starts skipping classes. And then when they know they're gonna get found, she tells Diana to lay down and pretend to be hurt, to like make them forget that like she ran off. But of course, they take her to the healing pool, so
it's really about like young friends.
Yeah,
the relationships between friends when they're young. Can I ask about? Is that Cheetah?
That's it's just a little tiger.
It looks like Cheetah, like the main villain that I was often put with Diana is a cheetah. It's kind of cute that she's got like a little pet. Looks like a cheetah.
She has a lot of like cute animals.
Does she? Oh, that's partly why you like it so much. Let's take a look at the art on the inside. What did you think of the artwork?
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I like the style of it. I really like Shannon Hale as like a person.
This is illustrated by Victoria Ying, just so people know.
And Shannon Hale,
the clay girl.
Shannon Hale is the writer.
Yeah,
and,
Shannon and Dean.
Yeah, I think I've read a few of her graphic novels, and they're really good. I've read one that she illustrated.
Okay.
I've read 2 that she illustrated, and 3 actually. But
I don't know if it lists any of her other stuff here. I wish it did, but it does not.
Friends, best friends.
Do you know what those are? Those are like not DC stuff. Those are just like graphic novels. Gotcha. And there's more of the artwork on the inside.
Sleepy Reader, I'm the goalie. And then sometimes we have another goalie from another team play with us. And then I usually play like up. So like usually I play on the wing.
Midfield.
Yeah, I either play midfield or in the striker's position on the wing, depending on the wings.
Previously, Charlie had played almost everything on the field, and this club team she joined needed a goalie. So we agreed to do a goalie at least for half of every game. And there's a goalie coach who's been working with Charlie to kind of, you know, beef up skills in that area because it's a tricky position if you haven't played it much.
And he's really good. It's really like cool that I actually have like a goalie coach because on my other teams, like not the coaches don't really know how to like teach a goalie because they play soccer because there's one goalie and like at least 10 other girls who don't play goalie. So their main focus isn't going to be on that one person. It's going to be on the other 10.
Right.
So they're practicing like dribbling and ball skills. Whereas as a goalie, I need to be practicing my diving and my jumping.
Right.
So for this club to like have their own like goalie coach to focus just on that was really cool. And he doesn't just teach like 2010s. He teaches like 2012s and 13s, like really anyone, and it's all like kind of mixed into a certain group.
Right.
And it's really cool. And he really focuses in, and he's like a really good coach. Like I've been like improving a lot from him.
Scott says goalie would be tough. You never get credit for winning a game, but you'll always get blamed for losing it.
See, I don't actually get like I do get blamed a lot, but mostly from myself.
Well, that your mom and I have been watching a show that you should probably check out called, I think it's called Wrexham, but it's all about how, what's it? Welcome to Wrexham. My wife is listening, but she's down the hall. It focuses on Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, and how they bought a rundown soccer team in Wales and are trying to rebuild the stadium, the team, and promote themselves up the ranks of football in England.
I read about that, and I thought that it was how. Okay, I know it's kind of dumb, but when I read it, I thought they were talking about Ted Lasso, and I thought that they were like, I thought they
There's
were
some
like,
Ted Lasso qualities to the story.
Yeah, but I thought this was the show about how they built the Ted Lasso thing. Because I thought he directed it. I was like, I don't remember him being.
So they
in
made
that
a documentary about this process because they were both really interested in helping this town, which is really kind of tiny in Wales, and built in some ways around the culture of this football team.
Is this actually Ryan Reynolds? Or it's like
Actually, Ryan Reynolds.
And actually this other guy.
Actually, Rob McElhenney.
Okay.
And the two of them pooled their resources and funds and bought this team, and then are basically directing or managing managing is the wrong word because that's the term they use for coaches, but they're taking care of the front office side of Wrexham Football Club and trying to reinvigorate it. And on Hulu, they've got a documentary series, 18 episodes, and they're like 30-minute episodes, all about the process from pitching the fans, because the fans own the team. The fans as a group own the team. So they had to pitch the fans, and then the fans had to vote to allowing them to buy their way in.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had to go and use their funds to kind of like rebuild the team. So they came in at the very end of one season, which they show you at the beginning. And then they show you the full first season that they had control of the team and what they were trying to do to the stadium, to the field, to the team, and then to help the fans in the city.
And my goalie coach said, like, with the having to be tough, like winning and losing, he said that like 1 minute, like one great save, and like you're the hero, you're like the most loved person in the field, and the next, like, you're the most hated. And
they had an episode recently about goalies and talking to the goalie of the team, and they showed a game where he let a goal in, was really upset, and then at the end of the half they had a penalty kick, which often results in a score. It's a really hard thing, and he blocked the penalty kick. Then in the second half, they scored a goal, and so they finished the game tied 1-1. The goalie was very upset because he had let in a goal, and they could have won. But at the same time, if he hadn't stopped that rare penalty kick stop, they would have lost the game. So the tie was really to him because of that amazing save. It was an interesting discussion of the weight that a goalie would carry on.
It's like the same. It's kind of like the same discussion about, like, you fill a cup halfway. Is it halfway full or halfway empty?
And then they showed Rob and Ryan talking afterwards about how it's funny how certain ties feel like losses and certain ties would feel like wins based on the team you're playing and how you played in the game.
Like, I think we had a tie one of these games, and like at first we had two ties. I think we had a few ties in a row. But the first one was a 1-1, and we were losing in the first half. And in the second half, we scored a goal, and we were all super happy. And then we felt like we won that game. And the second one, I think we just did it. It was 0-0, 0-0. And we felt like we lost because we were like, we should have scored. Like, how could we have lost that?
So Evil's Comics. There's a term, I think, in war called Pyrrhic victory, which has to do with winning, but then still losing at the same time, right? And the idea that you could tie in a sporting event and still win or still lose based on the team that you're playing. If you played a really, really great team and came out with a tie and really scrapped together, and the goal was impossible to stop, you might feel really good about that tie. And then, right? But if you're playing a team that you should feel like you should beat, and you just never got your game going the correct way, and you came out with a tie, you might feel like it's a loss.
And like we played against a team that we were like, I think it was the one that we tied like 0-0, and coach was really proud of us because he was like, that team, the reason, which was, I think I don't even remember if that was the one we tied or the one we won. But I think if it was only one, we won by 1 point, 2-1. But coach was really proud of us because the other coach was like yelling and like getting like really over, and almost got kicked off the field. Yeah. Because he was yelling at his team too much and like being like, and the parents were yelling. The coach,
the ref got mad at him, if I recall.
And then coach, we went after halftime, we were like asking coach why like he was so mad, and he was like, because they haven't lost a single game. They haven't lost or tied a single game in the season.
Well, that's impressive that you were able to take him that way, right? So this is my dad in the chat here. He said he took the dog for a walk, came back, and we're still on. Yeah, I'm going to probably try to go for another hour if I can before I spin the wheel to show the prizes for the people that win. He says, goalie is a tough job. Love you, Charlie. And she's going to be leaving here in the next 20 minutes to go to her soccer game for today. But as a reminder, let's talk a little bit again about what we're here for. We're doing a longer show as part of our anniversary, but as part of Comics Curing Cancer C3. And we're trying to raise funds to fight cancer. We've already raised over $11,000 based on all of the work yesterday. And we're trying to say thank you to those of you that donate $25 or more. So if you do it during this show, click the little link, donate $25 or more, then send me a screen grab. I'm going to put you on a wheel. I've already got 10 names, I think, on the wheel so far. And here's one of the cool things you might win. I mean, shout out to Albert Loves Comics. I wanted to buy all of those and just give them away. He refused to let me buy them. He is donating those just for those of you that donate $25 or more. You can have a one-of-a-kind comic handcrafted journal for sketching, drawing, notes at your office, whatever you want. You can give it to your kids to draw in. You'd have a one-of-a-kind item from Albert Loves Comics. So huge thank you to Albert. I appreciate you making that time. I will also be giving away trades. I'll be giving away trades. I've got Indies, I got DC, I got Marvel, depending on what you like. You can tell me which stack you want me to pull from, and I'll give you some Indies that you've never read before or you want to have copies of. So let me run through some of the Indies I've got. I had mentioned Deadly Class earlier. I'm not a big fan of Scott Snyder, but I know his Witches. This is the Halloween season. You might want a copy of that. Department of Truth, Coffin Bound, Vertigo. I got Preacher. I also have the first 2 volumes of Sandman. I gave away 2 to TM Nerdy, but I got 2 more just because I know how popular this series is on Netflix. So there's Sandman, East of West, absolutely amazing. Manifest Destiny hardcover, 2 volumes of Descender. I got Something's Killing the Children, and I got Berserker. You could win some cool indies to read, right? Some really, really great reads. I'll go through the Marvel and the DC as well. On the DC side, I shared some of these early on, but I got Batman Under the Red Hood. This is a huge volume. If you've never read the Under the Red Hood story, highly recommend it. Green Lantern Rebirth, if you like the Jeff Johns run, or maybe you've never read Green Lantern and you want to know where to start, great stuff. How about Watchmen? Maybe you've never read the iconic Watchmen. There's a great DC superhero book. I got 2 copies of Dark Knight Returns, the iconic Frank Miller storyline. If you want one of those, maybe you've never read it, or maybe you need a new one because you've read through yours. How about the entire Mr. Miracle by Jack Kirby? King Kirby greatness. I got the whole thing right here. These 2 I picked up yesterday at my shop. I saw them and I couldn't leave them. How about Superman versus Flash, people? These are the original races between Superman and the Flash, all collected in one trade paperback. That's an amazing read. What is up, Adrian? I'm running through some of the stuff I'm going to give away. And I'll tell you in a second, Adrian, how you can get on that wheel. And then lastly, The Death of Superman. Classic story, old school edition. Here you go. The Death of Superman issues. How do you get on the wheel? You donate $25 or more during my show, and you send me a screen grab. Just screen grab it, take a photo of your computer if you're on a laptop, send it to me. I'll put you on the wheel to win some journals from Albert Comics, one-of-a-kind art pieces from Albert, or some trade paperbacks. If you'd rather have trade paperbacks, I got some amazing ones here, so give you some great stuff. No, Charlie's leaving. Good luck in your soccer game today. Have a great game, my sweet.
Bye.
So Albert's going to get in there because I know Adrian's going to get in there. Sorry, because I know Adrian wants some great trades. So that was Indies. That was DC. What about Marvel, you say? This is my Marvel stack. Got some amazing stuff. I talked about the hardcover 12 issues of Captain America by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I got Fantastic Four. This is volume 1 from the Marvel Knights era. How about 2 volumes of Siege Dark Avengers? This is the Bendis story arc involving the coming in after the Secret Invasion storyline. Coming up on that 30th anniversary of the death of Superman. Exactly. I mentioned this Doctor Strange Damnation. This is the complete collection. It's a huge volume. Look at that cover. Come on. So good. This is by Donny Cates. Wolverine Origin, the classic story of Wolverine before he was Wolverine, right? The early days of Wolverine. I've got the Uncanny Avengers, The Red Skull by Jerry Duggan. How about the first 2 volumes of Donny Cates' Venom? If you haven't read this, I think these first 2 volumes are absolutely fantastic. The original Null storyline, so good. Really worth checking out. Here's a classic, The Death of Gwen Stacy. This volume collects 121 and 122, as well as 88 through 92. So some classic Romita era, early ASM goodness right here. And All New Avengers, 2 volumes from the Mark Waid run with amazing Alex Ross covers. Amazing Ross artwork all the way through. So there's 2 volumes of that. And lastly, this is one of the best Spider-Man books in the last, 10 years, maybe more. Spider-Man Life Story by Chip Zdarsky and Mark Bagley. Just an absolute masterpiece, recapping the life of Spider-Man and modernizing it in some ways. So look, I got lots of fun trades. I'm going to give away trades. I'm going to give away those 5 journals from Albert Loves Comics. And all you got to do to get on my wheel, this is just the prizes, my thank you prizes to you for helping to fight cancer. Donate $25 and send me a screen grab. I think my dad said he even did it. Let me scroll back up here to find my dad's comment. He did it. My dad did it. So there you go. Get on the wheel just like my dad. Donate, help fight cancer. And we're going to be doing this all day today and all day tomorrow. These are continuing, lots of shows upon shows. You got to be following Rob's Fat Stacks. That's where you're going to go after I'm done. He's doing his show in a little over an hour. He's going to be doing his show on his channel, Only Slabs. But then that's going to continue on through Tylox, the Mighty, and then on until Remy Q tonight. And that's just today. Then there's a whole bunch of stuff going on tomorrow, starting with Burke Family and going all the way through the big mega auction tomorrow night. Community members have donated a ton of books, a ton of art, a ton of all kinds of great memorabilia. And you can buy things and have the money go to this cause as well. So too many great things going on. So yeah, amazing prizes. And again, by donating $25 or more during my show, you can win trades. You can win art pieces by Albert Loves Comics, those amazing journals, and you'll be entered on the wheel tonight. Too many good things. So what I'll do is I'll spin the wheel, and people can tell me if they want a journal from Albert or if they want trades from me. If they want trades from me, they can tell me what they like. I'm gonna give them what they want. Just it's gonna happen. And if they win those trades, if they want a journal from Albert, they can pick. Like I know Legion wants that Supergirl one. So if his name pops and he's the first one to pick, he can pick that Supergirl one. So boom. I know Charlie wanted the Batman one or the Spider-Man one. Those are the ones that she wants. She's on the wheel for my donation, but then my dad wanted to be on the wheel, so I'm going to write my dad's name, and then I'll let Charlie pick that way as well. So then, so now Charlie technically has 2 shots. Unfair, sure, but that's what happens when you have 2 households donating. There you go. So the final auction, as Mark is mentioning, is tomorrow at noon Eastern time. Right time on Rob's channel. You got to be there for that as well. Too many good things going on. So there we go. I've hyped up that. I got a few more trade paperbacks I read. I read 2 more indies, and I'm going to add those to my indie pile. Some more modern reads. Last weekend during Charlie's soccer game, I read Regarding the Matter of Oswald's Body from Boom Studios. This was a really entertaining book. If you are a conspiracy fan, if you want to have like a deep dive into JFK's assassination, this spends time on a possible theory involving Oswald being abducted away, and it starts with the exhuming of his body and questioning whether the body in the grave is actually Lee Harvey Oswald. So a fun, twisty, curvy ride involving the story of Lee Harvey Oswald, what could have happened, right? Some fun theorizing, very entertaining read. So there's that, the whole story, the whole thing right there. It was the comedian the whole time. Yeah, we learned that, right? We learned that's, if you read Watchmen, you get a different theory, right? You read Watchmen, you get a whole different theory. And for noir fans like myself, if you like a good noir story, I read from AWA and Jeff McComsey, I read The Fourth Man, art by Mike Deodato Jr., really great artwork. This is like a Coen Brothers movie in a comic form, all having to do with some unusual murders in town and a cop trying to piece together what might have happened and who is to blame for what's going on. And you have these very quirky, odd characters, card dealer people, mafioso kind of people, druggy kind of people, and they're all kind of interconnected, and you don't know who is responsible for what. And each issue kind of peels back the onion a little bit, and you start to realize how these characters are all interconnected. It's part funny, part exciting, all great noir Coen Brothers-esque stuff. It's called The Fourth Man. So really, really entertaining. So I'm going to add that to my indie stack here. And again, if you win one of my trade paperback prizes, I'll let you pick a couple of things from any one of these stacks, and I'll put together a little giveaway thank you book box to you for donating to help fight cancer. I mean, these are just Albert and myself adding more thank yous on to all the thanks we are trying to give you via YouTube for helping to fight cancer. So thank you so much. There's Adrian. Adrian just got in. I see it right there. He is in. So I'm adding Adrian Panda to the chat here, to my wheel. Sorry. Adrian Panda is on the wheel. I got him. He's got a shot now. This wheel's getting a little bit thick, but there's still a lot of chances to win. A lot of chances. And Evil Comics says Fourth Man was excellent. Really totally agree. Some really great story going on there that I was blown away by it. Yeah. It's tough because I really do love Not All Robots, which is another great AWA book. But that Fourth Man might be right there with Chariot, Not All Robots, and Fourth Man, I think, are just really great stories from AWA. So if you haven't tried, I will say I'm the first one to be like guilty of Marvel, DC, and Image are most of my books. If you have not tried AWA books, you know, they have some great, I would recommend Chariot. If you're a Knight Rider or a Christine or just a car fan, Chariot is like the classic possessed car that like has some dark need to fill, but also is in love with the driver. Chariot is a great read. Not All Robots is a wonderful look at our obsession with technology in this country or in the world today. Great read. And then Fourth Man would be the other one. Really good stuff. So definitely check out some AWA. Get in. See, listen to the Comic Vet. He's telling you. Just donate $25 and send me a screen grab and you are in. We like a thick wheel, right? Get that thick wheel. Yeah, if you are a fan of Christine or you're a fan of Knight Rider, right? Those cool, fast cars that seem to be alive in some way or another, check out Chariot. Really, really good. Really good. Checking and saying hi to everybody in the chat. It is an amazing weekend. We've already collected $11,000. We also have companies matching, so that number is going to go up with all the once those corporations do their matching, and once we get that, DJ Lynx's company is donating a check to cover a huge amount of giveaway gifts pricing, to cover just a donation from his company. So our goal has ballooned. We wanted to beat last year's 8,000. Then we thought, 10,000. We're looking now to go to 20. We're at 11,000 or almost probably 12,000 at this point. really, really want to get beyond that because we have the big auction tomorrow. We've got prizes and giveaways today. So it's a real great chance to just get cancer right in the nards, right? Just give one to cancer. $11,588.67. That's amazing. That's just mind boggling. And it's one of the many reasons I am so blown away by this community of people, the giving that comes from this community. Absolutely crazy. And Brian's right. He is on the wheel. Legion's on the wheel. My daughter's on the wheel. My dad's on the wheel. You need to be on the wheel. How do you do it? Donate $25 or more and send me that screen grab. I'll make sure that you get your shot to win some awesome prizes here, right? Because that's the goal, right? To help fight charity, to help fight cancer and contribute to charity, but also win something cool as a gift from all of us. And tonight on Remy Q's channel, he's going to spin his own wheel and give away some stuff. Catch my breath here for a second. I have the books I've been reading lately. So these are the issues I've been reading lately. I'm going to do some awesome reviews of, awesome reviews of the books I've been reading lately. I got 3 DC books. I've got my mutant related books, and I got a couple of indies as well. So I'm gonna do some reviews. So those of you that are reading new comics off of your shelves the last couple of weeks, chime in, let me know how you felt about these books lately. I know Mark is here, so I'm going to kick off with a DC book that I know he and I have both been enjoying. This is Superman, Son of Kal-El. This is issue 16. And I am willing to bet Mark and I had the same emotional response to a moment in this book. And it's not a spoiler because they've been talking about it for a while. Dad returns. He's been gone for a very long time. And this was a beautiful, beautiful moment that was so well captured. I got the dad goosebumps, the feels from this in a big, big way. The issue begins with him talking about struggling to hear or to block out noises, heartbeats. He's struggling to block them out. And the power of listening to his dad's heartbeat, knowing what his dad's heartbeat sounds like, right? That the ability to use his super hearing to identify his dad's heartbeat, and how that sound has been gone for a really long time. But then all of a sudden he's flying around and he hears it again. And he knows his dad's back. It just, this moment is beautifully done. Both because Tom Taylor's an amazing writer, but also just, I think the panels, the way they use the panels to lay it out. I had to get this cover because I love the way it's got both of them on there. It's just a great moment. And got me right in the feels. The issue, other than the father-son stuff, I didn't love as much, but the father-son stuff was so good. It redeemed any problems, right? How Taylor can go from DCs to moments like this. He is an amazing, he's just top tier. He is a top tier talent. And I've really been enjoying this book. And I have not been getting a Superman book off the shelf probably since the death of Superman, unless you count Superman Batman, the original Jeff Loeb run. I have not been getting a Superman solo book in a really long time. And and the conversation with Lex was very good too. That's a good point. So definitely a very good read, something I would recommend. If you haven't tried it, I think you should definitely check with it. At least your dad has the decency to float outside and judge me. I'm not my dad. There's some good lines there. And I've been reading Human Target, which has a different view of Lex. And I think it's been fun to kind of have Tom Taylor's Lex Luthor and Tom King's Lex Luthor. Like the way they do Lex, I think is very, very good. Anybody else besides Mark and I enjoying this one? I thought I saw Perry in the chat. We could all guilt Perry into donating $25 to fight cancer. I'm fine with that. I think we should do it. So Perry, get off the ball. Click the link. Donate $25 to fight cancer. Kick cancer in the nards. And you might win some cool comic books too, or some art from Albert Loves Comics. And I'll actually share Albert's video one more time here. Albert donated 5 of these journals that he handcrafted using rundown broken comics that were just on their last legs, but now have been repurposed into something kind of special. I mean, I've been so impressed by Albert on so many levels. His editing skills, his video skills, his ability to break down comics, because he does amazing reviews on indies, breaking down the stories. I think, yeah, he's just a top tier guy. And then he's like talented with crafts. He's the kind of guy you're just like, God, I hate that guy. He's so good at everything. But you get to benefit from it because he's gonna give away 5 of his journals to those of you donating to help fight cancer. So donate, and 5 of you are going to get some pretty sweet, awesome journals from him. So there you go. Enjoy that. Looks like Sector 2815 also read Son of Kal-El. So there you go. Another person that is vouching for the quality of Tom Taylor's writing. So that was a DC. Let's do an indie. The new issue of Power Bomb came out. Daniel Warren Johnson. This is issue 5. In his story, dealing with wrestling, but beyond that, dealing with loss. Characters who have lost someone they care about, and given this chance in this sort of demonic underworld wrestling competition sponsored by a seemingly omnipotent, powerful deity, the winners of this tag team wrestling tournament can bring someone back to life that they've lost. And our main characters are a dad and daughter who lost their mom in the ring and are now teaming up to get mom back. I will say this has been I'm not a wrestling fan. This has been a very good read. You would expect, right, from someone like Daniel Warren Johnson to make something really emotionally powerful. Legion says book of the year. I would definitely put this on the list for sure. Absolutely powerful read. Amazing stuff. This issue is almost exclusively in the ring. So in that way, it might not have been my favorite issue because it was focused more on the wrestling, but the emotional gut punch at the end, the way they bleed in all these other wrestlers and their stories. And then, of course, the inevitable reveal that we've been waiting for all along, where the daughter finds out that the other wrestler she's partnered with is actually her dad. Really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Hoodat's in the chat. So I'm going to mention to Hoodat that we are helping to fight cancer right now on the channel as part of Comics Curing Cancer, this weekend-long event. And you can win some trade paperbacks from me, some hardcovers from me, or some artwork from Albert Loves Comics. All you got to do is donate $25 or more with the link I've got in the chat pinned at the top. Donate $25 or more. Send me a screen grab. I'll put you on the wheel to win something as a thank you gift from Albert and myself. Also, you'll be on the wheel tonight for Remy Q's channel because he's going to do a ton of giveaways with Rob, all for people who have donated $25 or more over the last couple of days. We are at $11,000. Ooh, and look, so Hoodat's already on the wheel for tonight because he donated last night during Tylox's channel. If he donates another $25 now, he'll be on my wheel as well as the one tonight. So awesome. Much appreciated. Adrian how are you doing? He says, loved the reveal at the end of that issue of Powerbomb. Really, really well done. And the story has been building to that. Really, really cool. I think they've done a really good job of keeping the dad's secret believable and keeping the daughter. She's, it reminded me of Human Target, where he's talking about how a disguise works to keep you distracted from something, right? And she didn't want to believe it. And then, of course, now she knows. And it cost them some pretty amazing things in the story. Really, really cool. Legion says, can't wait for the next issue and the fight to the death of the other wrestlers, right? Powerbomb. Incredible book for sure. Absolutely. So that, yeah, if you haven't read Powerbomb, here's my big, I don't want to say critique because it's not, my big preference. I've gotten to a place where I just prefer to read books, and almost all indies fall into this category, in a collected edition. It's just kind of where I am with my reading these days. I love reading and I love these stories, and I don't necessarily need all the individual issues and the storage and the plastic and all that kind of stuff. I would way rather, buy a trade of a book, read it and enjoy it, and then put it in a stack to give away to my friends. That's kind of where I am when it comes to reading, especially with indies, but books in general. I'm in a place where I prefer it. And I get the whole story all in one. I mean, people were telling me from the beginning, oh, you got to read Human Target. You got to read it. You got to read it. And I was like, I will. The hardcover came out. I read it. I loved it. I'm ready for the next hardcover when that comes out, probably next year. But I didn't need the single issues. Like, I didn't need them. And so that's kind of the way I am right now. And for the most part, almost all the trades I read end up in these piles. And then I do comic gories, or I do events like this for Comics Curing Cancer. And I'm happy to give those things away. That's just, and I support my shop because my shop gets to sell those books, right? They get to make their retail value. I then get to enjoy the reading, and I pass them on, and you all can enjoy the reading as well. So that's just kind of where I am. So I think for Powerbomb, I almost wish I'd waited and just read the hardcover. That's what I did for Murder Falcon, which is there's a poster for it up there. I loved reading Murder Falcon that way. I think I was very happy to enjoy it that way. I enjoyed Wonder Woman Dead Earth that way. I read Beta Ray Bill in single issues, but I think I would have enjoyed that in a hardcover as well. So it's just kind of where I'm at. And to Mark's point, yeah, you're reading, and that's what matters. But I know it irks some people when I say it. For me, individual issues I'm slimming that list of individual books down to the books that I'm really just like the ones I'm mentioning here. I'm just passionate about and want to stay up on. And they're mostly continuity books where I don't want to miss out on what's going on and here's the next book I'll talk about. I don't want to miss out on what's going on with Nightwing. So for me, like, I don't want to miss out on that. And so those are books that I'm picking up individual issues for. The rest I'm happy to read in a trade or a hardcover and really enjoying it. And again, there's Paul saying it beautifully, right? The great thing about collecting, everybody collects their way and what works for them, and that's how you enjoy it. Boom. And there it is. So for me, like, certain books I want in single issues, but it's that list is really shrinking. And a lot of times I'll buy an issue number 1 and then I'll hold off, and later on, I might come back around and say, oh, I heard it ended really well. I'm going to grab that trade. And there's so many books I've never read that list of what I want to read keeps growing. I'm never running out. This is true. If you have not read Murder Falcon, I was lucky to get one of the hardcovers with a little signature card, sketch card inside. It is absolutely phenomenal. I have a few of the individual issues here and there that I've either won in auctions or been given as gifts, but I primarily read it as a hardcover, and it's just phenomenal. Phenomenal. Absolutely great. Sorry. Ooh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Fight the sneeze. Joel says, sometimes getting that ongoing continuity is great, but books that are small, like a 4 or 12 issue run, getting them in trade is better. I'm an impatient reader as well, in the sense that I don't want to read one issue and then be stuck waiting for more. So I know that issue 7 of Human Target came out, but I don't want to read the one and wait. So for me, like, I'm rather like put it out of my mind completely and then grab that trade and just devour the whole thing in one big go. That's just me. I'm glad I read We Live in Trade. I couldn't put it down. See, that's another great example from Chris right there. So let's talk Nightwing for a second. Firstly, I don't think enough credit is going to Bruno Redondo, who is a digital artist, but an absolute masterful talent. I can't praise enough what is going on in this book. For me, it's the best ongoing comic, period. And there's been a couple of issues that I didn't love, but for the most part, it's the book I saved to read last each week because it's just it means so much to me, right? You might be a Wonder Woman fan if you're like Magic Lasso. That might be the book. For me, the DC character I care most about is Nightwing. And I think I've always really enjoyed his relationship with the other Bat family characters. This comic has played on that beautifully, coming out of the whole Rick Grayson era, which was kind of a misstep, I think, for most fans. This does not just retcon that, but instead repurposes a lot of it and has done a masterful job in grounding our character and giving us a really great story. And then you have these amazing negative space art covers. The use of color, so great. So Bruno Redondo, absolutely otherworldly talent. So this issue kind of kicks off some new story elements that are going on with the character of Heartless, who was kind of the villain behind the scenes in a lot of these first, what are we on now? Almost 20 issues, I think now. I think it started at 78, right? So we're almost 20 issues in. Issue number 100 is coming down the road. I saw a bunch of covers for that online. Sounds very exciting where this is going. And yes, another Tom Taylor winner. I will say I am a different kind of Tom Taylor fan in that I love his continuity writing, right? His X-Men Red, his all-new Wolverine, way more than I like his non-continuity stuff, his Deceased, his was it Dark Age, his Dark Ages, way more than that stuff, which I can take it or leave it. I kind of like some of it. I don't, I prefer his continuity stuff because I just think he's really great at all the little details that bring out the characters. And so I'm still reading his Dark Knights of Steel. I'm still reading that, but it doesn't even hold a candle to this other stuff for me. It feels more like a dessert, and I might enjoy it, but it's not a main course. It doesn't feel like it's got enough value or weight to it, but that's just me. This is I got so much to read here from Paul. Part of it is that it's the OG sidekick, OG character stepping out of his mentor's shadow, right? Which is the best of Nightwing falls into this category, whether it's the Teen Titans stuff Wolfman and Perez were doing back in the day, or the stuff we're getting now from Taylor. Like, the best stuff falls into that category. So for those who don't know who Rick Grayson is, Nightwing got shot in the head during the Tom King Batman run. And he had amnesia, and he had a big old scar. In fact, I think it's an issue of Nightwing where they show his shaved head and the scars in the shape of the Nightwing like logo. Huge mental breakdown. And he started calling himself Rick Grayson, and then he became kind of like a spy, similar to the Grayson comic that was a ways back. He became kind of like a secret agent kind of thing, and he wasn't Nightwing anymore, and he was not keeping himself his identity a secret. And then later he got his memories back and was kind of restored, and that kind of led into the current Nightwing run. However, some big twists at the end of issue 97 of Nightwing seem to reveal that Rick Grayson is separate from Dick Grayson, that they're actually not the same person anymore, whether they ever were. I think I got a text from No Good Comics on Wednesday night. God, it might have been Tuesday night, DC Comic Book Day. I got a text Tuesday night from him saying, dude, you got to help me answer some of these questions about the issue of Nightwing because I'm totally lost. And I tried to give him some breakdown of who Rick Grayson was and what's going on. But I think he was like, but how is it possible that he's not? I was like, I don't know. Clearly, this is something Tom Taylor wants to set up in the next arc that he wants to tell. I mean, it's not a huge spoiler because I do think the story does not center around that. And I don't know what it even means. Nobody knows what it means. Nobody knows what's happening. Is this a dream? Nobody knows. So I can't give you like any big twists, no big facts or new information. All I can say is that clearly Tom Taylor wants to dive into what Tom King did a little bit. I don't know. Which issue number 100 variant cover do I want to get? It is tricky. There's a ton, and I do recommend cruising through and looking. I think Bruno Redondo covers are always where I usually want to go. For this run, I've been collecting a lot of Bruno's covers. That's just my preference for this series. I need to get back to what we're doing here. I'm going to play the video for Comics Curing Cancer. I'm going to give it a reel here so you can see what's going on. And then I'm going to talk to you about donating and getting on my wheel to win some cool prizes. Huge thank you to the Comics Curing Cancer crew. People like, obviously, Chris, the guy who Cardboard Crazies kicked this off last year with a 24-hour live stream, and he's passed the baton to people like Rob's Fat Stacks, to Mark of Legion of Comics, to DJ Lynx, to Remy Q, to Roscoe, to then carry this year with a weekend-long Comics Curing Cancer event. And there's been an auction last night. There's an auction tomorrow at noon Eastern on Rob's channel. There are giveaways right now on my channel. On almost every channel, there's been things to give away, things to win. And of course, tonight, a ton of giveaways are happening, all to fight cancer. And the way you get involved, the way you help out is just donate $25 or more on any of these shows, and you'll be on the wheel tonight to win. But if you do it during my show right now, you'll be on my wheel as well. And I'll send you some trade paperbacks if you win on my wheel. Albert Loves Comics. He's made some handcrafted journals with comic book art on the cover. You can win some of those. I think I've already got 10 or 12 people on my wheel. So odds are really good that almost everybody on the wheel is going to win something. So donate $25 or more now. Like my dad, who just texted me his screen grab. He just texted me his screen grab. Donate now, send me the screen grab on Instagram or email it to me, and I will get you on my wheel, and you'll automatically be entered onto the wheel tonight. The big wheel for Roscoe on, not Roscoe, on, I've already lost, Remy Q, on Remy Q's channel. All of that stuff, and I've run through a ton of it every 20 minutes or so, is in the description down below. So you can get that info, and it's anytime you see this image, you know you're on a live stream involved comics curing cancer, and then you can use that to jump from show to show and make sure you're subscribed to all these great channels that are donating time, money, and items to help thank all of you for being a part of these giveaways. So huge thank you to those of you kicking cancer in the nards and donating a little money and time and then getting some cool stuff. And there's another guy who is involved with this. The Rogue Trader himself, he's been involved with Cardboard Crazies and Rob's Fat Stacks, and he's been a part of this from the get-go. So huge thank you to you, sir, for helping to make all of this a reality. So be like Rogue Trader. Get involved. You don't need to necessarily just do with money, but certainly donating $25 or more during my channel and sending me the screen grab gets you to win some cool stuff. But you can share these videos. You can comment and like on these videos. You can be there in those chats, adding to the algorithm. So there are ways that you can do this without money to be a part of it. So we appreciate any way in which you can get involved, because our community is almost at $12,000 right now. Almost $12,000 that we've donated as a community. And that doesn't count all the corporate matching that's going on and this epic check that apparently DJ Lynx's company is giving in. There are so many ways in which community members and companies are getting involved with this event. It's just crazy. And we're nearing the goal now. The stretch goal has become 20,000. So we're getting insanely close to that. We're doing a live event, a mini convention in November. And where's the mini convention happening, Rogue Trader? I thought it was Oregon. Isn't it in the northwest section of the U.S. somewhere? Remind me. I'm sorry. I totally forgot. So yeah, nearing $12,000. And in 45 minutes, we're going to be over on Rob's Fat Stacks, continuing this event. So it's in Utah. So okay. I was close. We're going to be on Rob's Fat Stacks here in 45 minutes. I'm going to spin the wheel in about 15 minutes and start giving things away. So you got to make sure you've donated, right? So that you are now getting your chance to get in on the wheel, right? Get your chance to get in on my wheel and win some cool stuff, whether from Albert or from me. If you want reading material or if you want a sketch journal that's one of a kind, comic created and crafted by Albert, you have your chance to get on the wheel. Donate $25 or more, send me the screen grab, and I will hook you up with a spot on the wheel. All right, next, I've got some issue number ones that maybe you hadn't tried or were curious about. I'm going to start off with, I've been on a DC kick because of Mark. I'm going to keep that going with my last DC book. This is Gotham City Police Department, The Blue Wall. This is from John Ridley, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, John Ridley is the writer behind this. There's several reasons I picked this up. I usually don't go with a lot of DC and Marvel number ones unless I have a lot of faith. First is this cover. I mean, this gave me all the right Batman Year One vibes, which I love. Second, I'm a big fan of Gotham Central from Greg Rucka and Ed Brubaker. This gave me those vibes as well, mostly because the main character in the story is my girl, Renee Montoya, and she is now the commissioner of the police department in Gotham. And she is basically the face of this comic, while at the same time there's a crew of new police officer recruits who are trying to find their way in the murky waters of Gotham City. And that is the plot, or at least the central idea, theme, or what have you, behind GCPD, The Blue Wall. Now, all that being said, is this as good as Gotham Central or Batman Year One? No, that's not fair. That's not a fair equation. Gotham Central and Batman Year One are probably two of my favorite Batman comics ever. I mean, throw Long Halloween up there and you basically have the trinity for me of Batman great reads. This feels like Gotham Central light, but is that a burn? Is that a complaint? Is that a fair criticism? That's where I'm stuck with this book. I would give this book probably an 8 out of 10, which is a pretty good grade. But when I'm comparing it with books that I would consider to be 10s or 9.5s out of 10, it does feel like a critique. And I don't want it to feel too harsh because that's an unfair grading scale if I'm putting it up against Batman Year One. But you can't help but evoke those comparisons when you have covers like this and you have themes involving rookies on the beat, people learning to find their way in Gotham City. So I would recommend trying it out if you've read Gotham Central and really liked it, if you read early Batman books that really liked. This seems to fit in well with those. I'm curious to see if they can, with subsequent issues, grow this into something really good. I will probably trade weight this, which is my way. But I did have to get issue number 1. I did want to give it get a sense of what they were trying to do. So it's John Ridley and art by Brad Anderson. No, Stefano Raffaele. But that is definitely a book that I'm going to be curious for when it comes to trade reading time, to see how well it's been received when it gets to the end of its run and becomes a trade purchase possibility for me. So there you go. Gotham City Police Department, The Blue Wall, issue number 1 dropped this week. And there's Rogue Trader saying the exact same thing I was saying. Yeah, it's not a fair comparison, but you can't help but draw those comparisons when you have the thematic material and the art drawing your mind to those moments in Bat history, right? So there you go. That's my last DC book from the last couple of weeks here. I got some Marvel and I got one other indie. I'll rush through this indie because I didn't like it. And I'm probably not going to get another copy of Hitomi issue 1 from HS Tak. This is a samurai story. I didn't get hooked very well by this. Has to do with a young girl taking up this mantle to try to stop an injustice. I just felt like the characters didn't draw me in. I thought I was going to really appreciate it, but it felt kind of flat is the simple statement, right? It just fell a little flat for me. I'll give you an idea of what the artwork looks like a little bit here. You can get an idea of what it looks like on the inside. Certainly there are comments about the role of women in feudal Japan and how hard that was, which I thought was very interesting. I just don't think they did a good enough job of connecting emotionally for all of the readers with the character's central plight. And in that way, I just was left a little disinterested. I didn't feel the emotional resonance I really wanted to have. Artwork, though, very solid. So that is Hitomi, issue number 1 from Image Comics. I was giving it a shot. I liked the concept. I saw the artwork was pretty solid, but this one is not going to be one that I keep up with unless I hear somehow that it just got amazing and the trade is a need to pick up. Stephen Valadez with a comment here. He says, Batman trying to get brownie points with Catwoman rescuing that cat on the... I mean, this is the truth. And if you've read Batman Year One, you know that cat is Catwoman's. Facts of all. These are all fantastic. I hope the whole C3 event goes well. Heading out to record content. You do it, Joel. Thank you, Joel. I appreciate you being here and shouting it out. I know you shared it on your Instagram, and I appreciate that, man. Doing the work. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. So I'm going to spin the wheel in 6 minutes, but let's do a little reminder in case anybody wants to get on that wheel in these last 6 minutes. Here's something you could win. Again, huge thank you to Albert Loves Comics. I said it at the beginning that the idea was I called him up and I said, hey, can I buy 3 of your sketching journals. I want to give them away. And he's like, what are you giving it away for? And I said, oh, it's Comics Curing Cancer. It's this event. And he's like, I'm not making you buy them. I'll give you 5 and you just give them away. It's just the kind of guy Albert is. And he's got a new kid at home. He's a busy guy, much like Cardboard Crazies Chris is. He was just way too gracious. And so I'm super excited to be giving away all 5 of those ones you just saw. There was a Walking Dead one, a Batman one, a Spider-Man one, a Supergirl one, and a Doctor Strange one with a ton of great Spider-Man iconography around the edges. I'm giving away all 5 of those because of Albert. Huge thank you. I'm also giving away trade paperbacks. I'm going to do at least 3. Depends on how many people are end up on the wheel. But I'm going to do at least 3 drawings for trade paperbacks, and the winners can tell me if they want indies, do they want DC, do they want Marvel, and they can even pick a couple of choices they want from these epic stacks of reading material so that they get some books that they've maybe never read or would love to have in collected editions. How do you get on the wheel? You've got 4 minutes, and in those 4 minutes you got to donate to charity to fight cancer, $25 or more. Screen grab it and send that to me on Instagram or on my Yahoo email address from 1993. Send me those screen grabs. I will put you on my wheel. And as promised, you'll end up on the wheel tonight that Remy Q spins with Rob's Fat Stacks. And doing that does so many great things. Obviously, it fights cancer. It supports this event, this cause, and this community. But it gives you the chance to get some thank you gifts from us. So that's my pitch. You got 3 more minutes, and then I'm going to start spinning the wheel, and I'll try to keep checking in case I need to add names as we go along. But I'm going to do at least 8 giveaways, maybe 10. And right now I think I've got, let's see how many people are on. Let me double check the names on the wheel. 1, 2. So I got Brian. I got Sector 2815. I got Comic Vet. I got William. I got Simon R. I got my dad. I got my daughter. I got Adrian Panda. I got Legion. I got Bueller. And I got Rob Boswell. I have 11 people. I mean, that's just awesome. I hugely appreciate that, gang. So 11 people on my wheel, 8 giveaways. Those are pretty good odds. Those are very, very good odds. So you have a great chance to get just a thank you gift to go with that fighting cancer donation that you're making. Huge thank you to all of you. Plus, again, you're on a wheel for later as well. And you kicked cancer in the nards. So lots of bonuses going on there. I'm going to use these last few minutes because I know Mark's not listening as well right now. I'm going to go through X-Men related books. I got 4 different X books right here. So I got the new issue of X-Men. This is issue 16. I also have Legion of X issue 6, Immortal X-Men number 7, and I got Death of the Mutants issue 3. All of these books are part of the Judgment Day storyline. And I'm trying not to read events, but when the X-Men are central to the event, I'm going to do my best to keep up on it. Mostly because there are 2 books that I've been reading that I really love in that universe. X-Men Red and the Immortal X-Men have been really good. And I don't want to lose track of all the story threads going on there because of an event that might occur outside of that issue. So X-Men Red focused primarily on Magneto and on Storm and on their life living on Mars. Magneto was killed, spoiler alert, during the Avengers X-Men Eternals event. And they're not going to resurrect him because that was a deal he had made when he moved to Mars, that you can't resurrect me. Living here, I need to live by the rules of the people who live on Mars. So they really killed him. And it's been, I mean, obviously it's a comic character. I'm sure they'll bring him back at some point. But it was been a really emotional goodbye to Magneto. They've done some really great things in X-Men Red and Immortal X-Men, kind of doing a little swan song to him. Really, really cool. So I've been enjoying those books. I've been trying to read these other ones to keep up. What do I think of the event overall? I think it's a mediocre event. I don't think it's amazing. And it's partly because the characters are so unrelated. The Eternals and the Avengers and the X-Men are so separate that it's really hard to draw them together and make a cohesive story out of it. So it's been a little uneven. Some of the stories, like I said, X-Men Red and Immortal X-Men, continue to be really impressive. Some of the others, like these Death of the Mutants issues, are hit or miss. They did a Jean Grey story where you got to see all of Jean Grey's life, basically, in a single issue. Like It's a Wonderful Life kind of a thing. And that was amazing. Others, like this issue of Death of the Mutants, I was a little bored with. So it's hit or miss, like most events are. But I will say some of them definitely, like Immortal X-Men, really going to be worth the time. So that's my feeling on events in general, but certainly true to this event right here, right now. Rogue Trader says, John, shoot me your address. My wife is our ACS staff partner for C3, and she wants to send you something. Hey, that's very nice of you, Rogue Trader. I will check in with you when I'm done with the show in about 30 minutes. Stephen Valadez says, I grabbed a $30 bundle from DJ last night. I'm glad you did. So that puts you on the wheel for tonight that Remy Q is going to spend. If you want to be on my wheel as well, you got to put in another $25 during my show in these next few minutes, and then you'll be on 2 winning wheels for today. Just a possible chance if you want to. So let me screen share the wheel here. Screen share that wheel. What is up, DJ Links? He's in the chat. I won something from DJ Links last night as well. I'm looking forward to doing an unboxing and sharing our links again when that time comes. So there is the wheel that I'm going to be spinning here in just a little bit. I'll get rid of the Google ad across the bottom there. Bye-bye. So that's the wheel I'm going to be spinning here in a little bit. Can I do this slightly bigger? Yeah, that works a little better. So this is the wheel. I got my 11 names on there. These people, including my daughter, Charlie, and my dad, who've been donating $25 or more during the show here. I'm going to kick this off with a spin of the wheel, and the winner gets to choose. Do they want something from Albert or some trade paperbacks from me? They can pick if they're in the chat. If not, I'm going to pick for them. Let's see how we do here. So I'm going to spin the wheel here. First spin of the wheel. And the winner is Comics with Bueller. Bueller, I am removing you. So you are done, sir. I'm going to remove Bueller from the list. Bueller, are you in the chat? Do you want one of those one-of-a-kind sketch journals, something to keep in the car, or do you want some trade paperbacks to read at night when you're camping in the van? If Bueller is in the chat, he can decide. If he's not, I'm going to pick for him. Give Bueller a couple of seconds. Congrats to you, Bueller. Honestly, one of the best guys I've ever had the chance to talk to in this community. And the only reason my channel really exists is because of a guy like Bueller, who clearly inspired both the name of my channel, the idea of having breakfast and talking about comics, and generally just inspiring me to make a video to do the first comic video on this channel. Very fitting. All right, so I'm going to say Bueller wins trade paperbacks. Bueller, I'm going to hit you up and ask what you want. I'm going to find some books you haven't read. Make sure you get some good reading material that you can then pass on to the community when you're traveling around the country. So congrats to you, Bueller. You've won one of my trade paperback sets. Congrats to you, sir. And I'm going to spin the wheel again, and we'll see what this next person would like. One down, more to go. Here we go. The wheel, she going around. Hey, Charlie. Charlie is the second winner. She forced me to donate another $25. She wanted the Batman from Albert. So, Charlie, you are now a winner for that. It's, I own the rights to the wheel, right? I own the wheel. So that's clearly what's going on there. So Charlie, you win the Batman journal. Winning my own prizes. I mean, that's awkward. That's awkward. Sorry, gang. Get Charlie's name out of there. She can't win twice. Wheel is rigged. I mean, isn't it the truth? It's hashtag rigged. Yes, this is a fact. Charlie. Oh my God, she's gonna think that's hilarious later. All right, let's spin the wheel again. Let's see who else we got here winning some stuff. That's hopefully not my dad. Oh my God. Oh my God. So that's my dad. That is my dad. Here's what I'm going to do. My dad doesn't need comics, and Charlie won the prize she wants. So I'm going to bounce my dad out. I'm not even going to tell him. I'm going to kick dad out. You're done. You're out. You're out, Ralphie. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's probably watching his grandkids play soccer right now. He doesn't know. All right. So that is good for you because now there's one less person on the wheel. He doesn't get anything. So there you go. Keep it in the family. Oh my God. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Come on, let's get some people who donated some money to win something cool. Come on now. Legion really wants that book. Sector. All right. I know he was in the chat earlier. I don't know if Sector 2815 is still in the chat. If you are, sir, let me know. Do you want one of those sketch journals, those writing journals from my man Albert? Is there one that you want? I know that we got the Walking Dead one, a Spider-Man one, a Doctor Strange one, and I know Legion of Comics really wants that Supergirl one. So or I got some great trade paperback reading, and you let me know if you want something in that vein as well. So let's see. I got Bueller. He won one of those packs. And now I got Sector 2815. And I think he's bailed out too. So he's not in the chat right now. So I'm going to give Sector 2815 one of Albert's journals. Oh, sorry. I'll take a chooser's choice of trade paperbacks. There it is. He's in. I got him. I got you, sir. You are all set. I got you. I got you some trades, and I'll hit you up after the show and let you pick some cool things that you want from there. Make sure you get some reading material, something you're going to enjoy. So huge thank you for the donation to help fight cancer, and congrats. All right. Let me go on here. So I've done a few. We need to give more stuff away. Got to give more stuff away. And we got 20 minutes till the next show starts. So let's spin away and see who comes up next. Brian. All right, Brian. I don't know if Brian is still in the chat. It's been a while since I've seen him comment. He might still be listening. He might be working in the yard. Brian, what do you want? Do you have a specific want? This is Brian LCS, who was on right before me this morning. And he did an amazing show. They had some amazing art pieces that they were giving away. He is part of the Comic Curing Cancer crew. And huge thank you to him. If you're in the chat, Brian, you let me know what you want. If you're not, I'll just sign you up. There he is. Brian, what do you need? What do you want, man? So I can play the video if you want to see, but we have some great journals created by my man, Albert Loves Comics, a Walking Dead, Spidey, Supergirl, Doctor Strange. He wants the Spidey notebook. You get it, man. You got it. I will hook up with you after the show, get your address, and make sure Albert sends that out to you, my sir. Congratulations to you. All right. Legion of Comics, still waiting for his shot at that Supergirl. Time she running out. Here we go. Next winner. Simon. Huge thank you to Simon. He talked a little bit about how his family has been dealing with 2 different issues with cancer over the last year, and just what a difficult time that's been, and how rewarding seeing the community come together and do this event has been. So he donated, he got in on the wheel. And Simon, what would you like? Do you want some trades, or do you want one of those one-of-a-kind Albert sketch journals? You tell me what you want, sir, and we will get that to you. Let's see here. Brian got the Spidey one. Okay, there we go. And let's see if Simon is still in the chat. I know he's a busy guy. We all have our weekends, sporting events and things with our kids, stuff to go on and get done. So if you're in the chat, Simon, you let me know. And let me be done with that. Wheel is thinning out. Lots of chances to win. All right. I'm gonna mark Simon down for some trades. I'll just send him some trade paperbacks. I think he's always looking for more reading. I just sent him all of my Gotham Central trades the other day, so hopefully he's tried some of those because I know I loved them. I'm gonna now try to hunt down an omnibus, and he can enjoy them. I passed them on to him. All right, that means I still have 3 journals to give away. 3 journals and 5 names on this list here. Oh man, if Mark doesn't win, it's gonna be hilarious. Well, let's see. Can Mark come out? Let's see what's going on. He did it! Mark, I don't even need to ask. You got it, Legion. You are getting that Supergirl journal. It is yours. It is done. You got it. And we got our guy Nick in the chat. What is going on? We are doing our giveaways, getting psyched for the Rob Fat Stacks channel show coming up next. It's linked down below. They've got the whole link tree set and ready to go down there. So if you don't know where you're going next, we got you. It's all set down there. And we're going to get Mark off of this board. We got 4 people left. We got 2 journals to give away. We still have the Walking Dead one and the Doctor Strange with all the Spider-Man visuals on there as well. Let's just see what happens. Boswell! Rob was like the first person to donate this morning. He is here in the chat. Rob, do you like that? The Doctor Strange one? Do you like the Walking Dead journal? What would you like? How can I hook things up for you? I want to get you what you like, man. He's just an awesome supporter. He's always been a part of the chat on every channel that I go to. Rob's in there. So huge thank you, man, for donating to help kick cancer in the nards. He wants the Venoms. I got you. I got you. I got Rob. I got your Venoms. I got you. Check. You are done. It's volume 1 and volume 2. So you're gonna get some Donnie Cates good times. All right. Done. Rob is off. 3 people left. Let's spin the wheel. 2 volumes to give away. Chris the comic vet is a winner yet again. I think he was still bouncing around the chat a little bit ago. So comic vet, if you're in the chat, let me know what you want. Or I'm going to pick one of those 2 trade journals and send them out. There it is. He wants the Watchmen trade. Nope, he doesn't. He wants the Watchmen trade. There it is. This is going to you, Mr. Comic Vet. You got it. Chris, the comic vet, you are hooked up. You got it. Watchmen all day. Congrats. Sorry, you're over here. Congrats, sir. You are the winner. You got it. Thank you so much for donating to help fight cancer. And that's my thank you to you, sir. That leaves 2 people. We got William and we got Panda Awesome. So let's spin the wheel and see who's getting stuff here. William. And I haven't seen William in a little bit, but I know he was in here a little bit earlier. So hopefully he's still bouncing around in here. I'm going to give something to everybody because I got 2 people left. I want to make sure everybody gets something. You made it on my wheel. You're getting something as a thank you from me. Which means the last guy on the list is Panda. Panda, you came in dead last, sir. You came in dead last, but we still like you. Look, I'll even spin the wheel once just to make Panda. There you go, Panda. There it is. I'll spin you one time. Hey, he won. Yeah, you won something. You won something. Congrats. There you go, Adrian. You won, man. You won. Just so proud of you, buddy. So proud. So proud that you came away a winner in the end. So what's going to happen, Adrian, is I'm going to check in with William and see if he wants the Walking Dead or the Doctor Strange journal. And then I'm going to make sure you get the other one, whichever one he doesn't like. You get that one. There you go. And deal with that. Wow. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate all of you all hanging out, donating, being in some way a part of C3, whether you're sharing the information, whether you're donating some money, whether you're donating some books or some time, just hitting the like button it's just all been really, really great. And I can't say my appreciation enough, except just to say, continue along with us, right? Join us as we move over to, like Chris is saying, Only Slabs is coming up next in 15 minutes over on Rob's Fat Stacks. And then it's going to continue. It's going to roll on. Rob's doing 2 shows back to back. Tylox is coming in after that. And then Remy Q is going to start spinning the wheel at the end of the night tonight to give away a ton of prizes to all of you who are on my wheel and have been donating money all the way along to this amazing cause. So I can't thank you enough, everybody, for getting involved and for being a part of this. And that's also a great way to have spent our anniversary of this show, the Saturday Morning Comics Show with my daughters. We've been doing this show since 2018, and our anniversary was just last week. And you all have been a great part of the adolescent, teenage, soon years of my girls. And I thank you for creating this community for them that has been so encouraging, so caring, so supportive. And it's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. So thank you to you all. I'm gonna play a quick video here before I say goodbye. And this is from Chris, Cardboard Crazies. He has said a little thank you to all of you. He is unable to do the 24-hour show that he did last year, and instead we've kind of, with Rob and all these other people, created this event instead. But I'm going to share with you a little message from Chris, the Cardboard Crazies man, as a way to kind of like finish this out. So here you go.
Hey everybody, it's Cardboard Crazies. But today I'm just going to be Chris. I wanted to take a second to send a video because I'm not hosting C3 this year, and I want, for obvious reasons, I'm either, by the time you see this, with a new child or very close to it. And while this is a very worthy occasion of my time, I feel like my time would be better invested here, in preparation. So I want to take my hat off to Rob and the Road Trader and Nick's Kicks and Comics and DJ Links and Remy and everybody else that's had a part in putting this together this year. It's amazing to see all of the announcement videos on Instagram and to see all the people sharing these out, and I think it's amazing. So for those of you that don't know, this is not the first year that we've done Comics Curing Cancer. Last year was the first year. It was a 24-hour live stream. Myself and Austin LeMay and Roscoe were all on for 24 hours, and it seemed like an eternity. But a lot of good was done in that fundraiser for cancer research and the American Cancer Society, and it just went to show how great and how big of a community this is, and the good that we can do if we all just come together. Gary V, the Casual Comic Guy, I know that this was a big thing to him, the growing together, and I think it did. It helped a lot of us grow together. Comics Curing Cancer was a close thing to my heart, having recently, within the past 5-6 years, losing my grandfather to esophageal cancer, and then my uncle died very rapidly from a sped up version of the same cancer. My mother-in-law is a cancer survivor, and I was just thinking, how can I make a difference? I want to do something to make a difference for somebody. I don't want to be just that other guy that sits and does nothing and lets opportunity after opportunity after opportunity pass me by. So I started the Comics Curing Cancer fundraiser, and it morphed into this great thing. And I am so excited to see what happens this year. While I won't be on the lives or anything like that, I'm definitely going to be checking in and seeing how things are going. And you know, I know for a fact that we can surpass the $8,000 that was raised in 24 hours this year. I know we can surpass that. So thank you to everybody that that has had a part in this. Thank you to everyone that had a part in this last year and made it such a successful event. And I just want to leave you with this thought. You know, some people search a lifetime for a chance to make a difference in somebody's life. This is your chance to make a difference for somebody, and to send your money, your hard-earned money, to a place that you know and can rest assured that it is going to be used for the right reasons. Guys, not all superheroes wear capes. You are all, whether you had a little or a large part in this, you're all superheroes in my book. And I know my opinion counts for very little, but I know the people that you're saving and that you're rescuing and that you're helping with your money and your financial donations, I know they see you as a superhero. I wish you all the best, and I cannot wait to see where this goes. Take care, guys.